This just happened.
Free ball again for sure.
Who just visited the White House?
Oh, your peoples.
So who just visited the White House not too long ago? Who was just over there? Boom, there she is. The Prime Minister of Japan. Okay. So you mean to tell me that the Prime Minister of Japan was just there last month? They just announced that they're accepting cryptocurrency as a financial asset. Then Trump says, hey, get ready for the Great Reset. Then he says, this old system needs to be updated because it's old and clunky, and we need to use blockchain and crypto technology. So we're going into the new system.
Trump coin is about to be in Japan.
It's going to be worldwide.
Because, I mean, what other reason would, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's what's up. I'm out the game right now. I'm not, it's a little volatile for me, but this when you make the most money, but I just ain't been tapped in.
And you know their system is going crypto.
I'm an options and play guy myself, calling, you feel me?
It's like you come over here, you already know Trump is a crypto proponent. So he's like, yo, use my shit.
Yeah. And why do you think that he has his own DeFi project, his own decentralized finance project? World Liberty Financial.
Yeah, because he's about to be on that one ring to rule them all.
And it's a double-edged sword. And I want everybody to understand this. It's a double-edged sword. We're going into a new system, and they're saying it's the beast system, right? However you look at it, wherever side you're on as far as history, it could be the beast system or it could be a system that you actually benefit from.
What you got? The Black Law Bible? I mean, the Black Law Book? What you got, RV? And appreciate you for that Cash App, Rigid, for sure. That's how these lives, I'm able to go live and drop this content, and appreciate all the Mafia members.
The same game, right? Same number of winners and losers. You just have to figure out which side you're on. So when you're going into cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, yes, it is.
Hey, baby, Cash gonna be the coldest. Homeschool too, game overload.
Decentralized, which is great. Yes, it is transparent, but they can trick bag you to where they say, hey, don't use these tokens, use these tokens, use our tokens. And that's where it gets tricky. And the learning curve, this is why I teach this stuff, because the learning curve is so massive. By the time they implement everything, you're fucked. Because that's how they want you. Think about this. The reason that over 65% of Americans read below the 9th grade level, that's on purpose.
Sheesh.
So most
below the 9th grade level? What's 9th grade level reading? Like after like, oh, I guess, okay, maybe, okay. I know, maybe, okay.
people can't read.
Like, no, okay.
Most people don't even understand how the government works. Most people don't understand finance at all.
Your verbiage has to be on point. You got to be able to communicate and articulate what you're trying to say and be able to communicate it in various manners, because not everybody is going to be able to digest it the same.
That's why they make it so complicated.
So everybody is a D+ student?
Yeah. So when you go to work,
they say only 41% of fourth graders are reading at grade level.
And I think about all the things.
Oh wait, all high schoolers are reading at grade level or something. I mean, fourth grade level. Something crazy.
You learned in high school or middle school. Do you?
Cash will be the vehicle for the underground. Well, in Cali, all type of shit is going on. In 2030, they trying to make it where you can't sell nothing but electric cars. You feel me? EVs. And then by 2035 or something, it ain't finna be no more gas stations in Cali. All they transfer and they already doing the construction and shit. I see it all over town.
Any of that shit today?
I'm really thinking.
Besides English, which is, obvious, and besides,
I already know she above. She got a sister that's in law school, a mama that's still in school. Damn, that's terrible. it's imperative that you read.
Math, which everybody should know math.
And I've been bilingual since I was 4 years old. Dead homies.
Besides that,
That shit that helped me so much in my life. Met so many people.
No.
what else are you using? We should be taking business classes, but you're taking fucking wood shop.
Yeah, like I don't.
I'm
use
not
any of
trying to
that
be a
shit.
carpenter and a fucking builder. Unless that's what you're trying to do, get into trade school. Trade school is
A developed country should not have. That's facts, but we know what this is from. This is from 2020. And parents got to take accountability because I'm not going to depend on no school district to give my son intellect or to make or teach him how to obtain his own intellect. That's what I'm going to teach him from the get-go. I'm going to teach him how to obtain his own knowledge. You don't need nobody but yourself and a desire for information.
where you want to go. If you want to be a cook, go to culinary school. Go to, to be a mechanic, go to mechanic school. All that stuff needs to be tailored, interest-based. But why are we just clumping everybody together in one big box and say, hey, go out there and go get them?
Go get them.
Yeah. Just saying.
The coach.
Homeschool for sure, or if you got the time and the knowledge, or you can gain the knowledge, or Montessori schools are also a good call. Montessori schools are a great call. Expensive as hell though. Golly.
Bullshit is. It sounds like everybody just got put.
But yeah, I'm big global, you feel me? You gotta make enough where you could put the lady at the house, you feel me, and homeschool.
To get babysat.
I'm not gonna lie. Public school for me was a blessing.
That's what it is. It's one big babysitter.
But we in a different time period. And I'm a different individual, I ain't gonna lie.
System.
Like it's babysitters club. Like, yo, we gonna go ahead.
My understanding and control of my emotions is the reason why I'm still alive from where I'm from today. And my belief in Yahweh and Yahshua, for sure. Dead homies. Without that, wouldn't be alive.
Pick you up,
Oakland is treacherous. Everywhere is treacherous.
from daycare. I mean, high school. Like it sounds like the same shit.
Yeah. So the fact that we're seeing, Fannie Mae, the mortgage company.
There was a whole campaign to piggyback on what you're saying, Manderson, on YouTube about parents quitting on their kids. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Quitting on your kids? Like, what? Excuse my language.
That deals with mortgage-backed securities. They're accepting cryptocurrency, as well.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're doing.
My nigga has been, excuse my language, my dog's been playing with crypto since 2008, 2009. I don't know if it was around there, since 2014 for sure.
Crypto-backed mortgages.
Get the fuck out of here.
So everything, if you look at the landscape, this is what the Great Reset that he's talking about.
I ain't never been to church a day in my life. I've never been inside of a church. Don't even know what a Pentecostal definition means. I'm very well versed on religion, though. I just don't know what that specific one is. I've asked about it before. I just don't remember.
He's giving you clues. Either
That's like too many breakdowns. Like I can get the all I know about all of the different cores. You feel me? But I'm not breaking all that shit down.
way, if you like Trump, don't like
Like all
Trump,
the subdivision
who
shit. I'm not doing.
cares? It's all a show. Politics, it's this guy versus this guy.
But why you ask that?
It's always the same thing. If you think about sports, my team, your
I was in the gay program. I've been to the feds. I done got drafted to the MLB. I done got a football scholarship to every school in the nation. Yeah.
team,
I done been on every side of the spectrum.
and then you have movies. It's like the antagonist, the protagonist. Same thing with politics. This guy versus my guys. It's a
Damn.
show.
No, you definitely don't need it. And actually, nothing is wrong with the right church, you feel me, like support system and things. But the church, the definition only means two or more people practicing religion. Like, so church is anywhere. I'm just saying he asked or she asked, so that's why I said I've never been to one.
So
It's one big show.
If you literally were
Who is they? They say Yahweh or Yahshua instead of God and Jesus. I heard you say that, so it made me wonder. Will Manderson, I'm glad you joined the Global Mafia. Yahweh or Yahshua if Yahshua is the true name for Jehovah God and Jesus, because J did not exist in the Hebrew language. So they took the original names away from the creator. So I just gave it back to you.
banging with the red, banging with the blue.
It's all the same shit. So forget the noise, right? Forget what everybody
People in the Pentecostal church say that. Okay. For sure. Thanks for the knowledge.
saying. Well, forget what these
You know what? That just made me, I'm going to take a deep dive on that, and I'll have information on the Pentecostal situation.
politicians are saying.
Good looking.
Watch what they do and the connections to it. Because if you're talking about a massive reset, that means, like I said, there's no more.
If they say that, what Bible are they practicing out of then? Because it's not the King James Version.
Presidency. Trump is the last president. I said this for years. If you look at everything, look at the landscape. How can we go back into the old system knowing that the Epstein Files exist? We know they're all in it. How can we go back? By the way, Bill Gates is set to testify too for the Epstein Files now too.
For what? We already know you're the bad guy.
Yeah, you're the bad guy. But now we're going to see what bullshit he comes up with.
Well, you know about the quantum dots and all that.
With quantum dots? What was that?
Quantum dots. Okay. Well, Bill Gates actually has something that is going to be the quantum dots, like a quantum dot QR code.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to go on your right hand or it's going to go on your forehead. It's
Now, who's implementing this?
Microsoft.
Oh,
Bill Gates.
There you go.
You can literally look. Don't take my word for it. Look the shit up.
Damn.
Like, I promise you. I sound like what's your boy? Reading Rainbow.
Man, that's
LeVar
crazy.
Burton, shout out. But no, it's you said B system. Oh, I'm like, oh, that Bill Gates shit. Like, that's literally a thing right now.
And this is what I mean. So, like, in order to prepare, you have to know what is happening, what has happened, and then what's going to happen. Like, you have to study history in order to understand where we're going. So this is what happened during, the Great Depression. This is what happened, when the new industrial age. People were like, oh, we're going to have horse and buggies forever. And then we go into automobiles.
Yeah, cutscene.
Now we're 100 plus years later.
They ate the horse.
Yeah. But
spoiler alert.
And
that's the thing too. Again, it's a double-edged sword.
Everybody put your opinion in the poll, make it official. Is Maverick out here giving knowledge for us to dive deeper into, or is he just on some BS trying to get views, just doing surface level conversation?
Only because of who's in charge and who.
They use the King James Version. Then that doesn't make sense. Then I don't know why they say Yahshua or Yahweh. That don't align. I'm not saying that you're wrong. You feel me?
And they're aligning with.
But that don't really make sense.
And the fact that
because that's not what the book says. The book that they're reading doesn't call them that. Not one time.
Trump is championing Palantir.
That's your Teal?
Palantir, no. Peter Thiel is
Palantir. What are you talking about?
Well, he used to be PayPal.
What are you talking about? Peter Thiel is Palantir. Peter Thiel, Palantir. The reptile.
I think he's...
You're on bullshit right now, Maverick. Come on, knock the dust out.
Peter Thiel isn't Palantir?
I don't think... Wait, actually, is he? Let me see.
You high right now, Maverick.
I could have swore it is.
Because I know there's another guy who...
See, this is when Devon is supposed to like know for a fact. You feel me? Like Maverick don't trust his word. He's still looking it up. But Devon don't sit there and look up everything Maverick say. You feel me? You just gotta peep certain like so that means Maverick holds dominance over bruh. It's just little psychological shit that I peep maybe because I have a degree in psychology.
Who actually runs Palantir?
The study of people is a good thing to get into. Dangerous though.
I don't think so though. I think Peter Thiel is.
Shut up, Maverick. You don't think what? Peter Tier literally spells Palantir.
There's so many tech guys. Let me see. Hold on. I know.
I just saw something that tells me, or that actually said where Palantir, the name, actually came from.
Where'd it come from?
Did you ever see a little old movie called Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
The crystal ball that I think his name is Saruman,
Both well on board
that he's
right
using, that whole thing to see shit, that's Palantir.
Mm.
I gotta go back and watch the video to you know really go over the
It
details.
don't take
But
that long,
I
Maverick.
mean,
What's going on?
and
bro?
essentially that's what it was. And I'm like, how?
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you what he said. This is another.
So because he's wrong, he's already seen it. He's already read it. Because he's wrong, he's not gonna say it. Don't be like that, Maverick. Don't do that. If he do that and don't go back, I'm about to hit BH. Don't do that, Maverick.
Another thing.
This is why I said we need to sit down, because I don't like shit like that. You gotta be able to take your L. Just be fine with getting the truth. Just want the information. It don't matter if you right or wrong. Just accept the truth.
And Trump said too. But I know the Palantir CEO.
Now he talking about the CEO.
I want to say, what's his name?
Bro.
Because I know it. Oh yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Alex Karp. That's what it was. I was thinking of him, but yeah, they're both founders.
Thank you, Matt. Don't do that, Maverick. Yeah, you, bro. It took 2 seconds, bro.
Oh yeah,
So Peter Thiel,
Yeah,
Alex Karp.
I know Peter Thiel. He's obsessed with.
So this makes me question something, man. This is the first time. Maybe he goes into what the hot topics are or what. I don't know, because that's like a little surface level. I don't know. Everybody got in different places on their journey. He got to humble himself a little bit. I feel like Maverick be a little cocky, and I just want to bring him down just a couple notches.
With the B system, he's actually
And shout out to Off the Grid. I know y'all subbed up to the channel. You feel me? So if y'all see this, I'll say it humbly. You feel me? In the most intellectual way. Gangster.
obsessed with that shit.
Yeah.
Like, who's obsessed with this type of shit?
Damn, somebody said I found out just today that it was illegal to put chips under the skin in the UK. Yeah. It's getting there, y'all.
Yo,
It's getting there, y'all.
That, the shadow work, the 48 laws of power, going places and just looking at and focusing on people interactions and facial expressions and body language. Dangerous games.
your guy Bill Gates.
So this is what else Trump said. So pay attention. That's what I mean. Pay attention to what they're aligning with. Like, bump what they're saying, right? All that other stuff is noise. But in between that, they say things like Palantir and Great Reset. Here's another thing too. So he says, Palantir Technologies has proven to have great war fighting capabilities and equipment. Just
It's already being used in China. Duh.
as our
Everybody double tap that screen, hit that like button for me one time. Everybody just get it out the way at the same time. Appreciate it in advance.
enemies.
And I dropped a compilation of conspiracy theories and non-mainstream media news a couple hours ago. So when we get off, make sure y'all go check that out. If you haven't already, appreciate you. Chris, you already tapped in.
Why would you
And leave a comment for show. Tell me you was in live.
say this?
I mean, that's what I mean.
Like, no, real shit. Like, why would you actually say some shit like that?
Because just think about it. That's part of the system. And it's all about duality. People don't understand. It's not some doom gloom situation, right? It's not a doom gloom situation to where the world is ending and it's the beast system and it's all over. There's balance. In these technologies, you guys, like blockchain and cryptocurrency that they're going to try to use, they can't control it, but they can only get ahead of it to where they can try to participate. That's the only thing they can do. Now, when it comes to these protocols, you cannot control.
Why can't they control it? There is the reason why there is a blockchain, why all transactions can be seen now. It wasn't like that before. What you talking about, Maverick?
It. I don't care what you say.
Devon, speak up for yourself, bro.
And all the code can be audited. So once you understand how blockchain works, it can be utilized for yourself, but they can use it too. Now, stuff like Palantir and, all these other companies, OpenAI and
Palantir literally has the eye of God in a city in China. Like, it's this Chinese lady like sheriff, and she can see in everybody's house. She can see everywhere in the city. There's not an inch of the city she can't see from her office. The shit is wild.
All these other companies, they're going to use it.
She can, if you don't throw your garbage in the garbage can, a ticket is coming to your house. She like on your ass, and she can see it in real time.
Their technologies to try to
That shit's stupid.
Control people.
People too nosy. Like, mind your business.
But if you have the technology yourself and you're ahead of it, you can use it for yourself. So like I said, it's a balance, it's duality, it's a double-edged sword. And then speaking of OpenAI, what's his name? Sam Altman, his house. Did you hear about that?
Why? Where's his house?
So his house just got hit with a Molotov cocktail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah. And then he went to OpenAI's headquarters and was trying to do something there, and then they apprehended him. But he threw something at his house, like a Molotov cocktail, and did like minor damage. But
I mean, out of all the things you could have thrown, you're just gonna go ahead and light up a bottle and say, "Ah!"
Yeah, I mean,
like you could have did anything else.
Yeah, his house just got hit. So,
sheesh.
But people know, that's what I feel like. They're doing that to send a message. And the fact that Sam Altman, his sister, came out and said that, he's doing SA and all this other stuff. You didn't see that.
Wait, what?
You didn't see that?
No.
What? Okay.
What do you mean?
So Sam Altman's sister, she has claims.
Cat, I didn't even know he had a sister.
So look at this. Look at this. Here we go. So peep this. Sam Altman's sister amends lawsuit accusing an OpenAI CEO of SA. Okay?
But his sister, though, his own blood sister.
Yeah. So Sam Altman's sister amended her civil lawsuit accusing the OpenAI CEO of sexually abusing her more than 2 decades ago. After the judge said she could try to pursuing her case under Missouri's child SA statute, Annie Altman filed her amended complaint Wednesday.
Their parents were not original. Sam and Annie.
Yeah. Of course, he denies the claims. He's countersuing for defamation.
That's crazy.
So I find this interesting. She says that she accused her brother of essaying her.
That's terrible. That is terrible. It's Friday. We're going to get some in it. Is it Friday or Saturday?
You say, and then you do. Your woman gonna do you just like a kid. When you say it, you say it against you. That's why they looking to trap you and catch you in the things you say. So your woman go put out what you put in her. In the beginning, she see you as a knight in shining armor. Once she start to catch you in the lie, deceit, and see you weak for every woman got what she got, she start to have a disdain for you. She start to despise you. She start to
Oh, so it was Friday. Okay. I'm off.
resent you. She start to become angry at you. Now she hate to be around you. She love you, but she hate you too.
I was hot when we got kicked off live yesterday. Hot.
But y'all are compromised
It was going up.
financially. Y'all are compromised
It fucked
emotionally.
up my algorithm.
And neither one of y'all want to go through pain to grow, to be better. So you become complacent and you find things to make you compromise day to day, but you're not really happy. Most black men ain't happy in a monogamous relationship, being committed with a woman, having to appease and appeal to her daily emotions.
Speak, Charleston, speak.
So most black men ain't happy, but he has to be there because he need her, because he need a two household to maintain his lifestyle. When you don't need that, you can act like Kevin Samuels. You can act like Donald Trump. You can act, you can leave your woman walking behind you and not hold the umbrella over the rain. A poor man can't do that and the cameras are watching. His woman is shame. A rich man can. And she'll just have to deal with the shame. The lifestyle make her feel better.
See, Mellow Rax, she responded to Kodak Black sharing an old, it's his old chick, Kodak Black's old woman, and she said I should have left a electric junkie expire in the car.
Man, listen, don't bring them hoes up. Man, you don't talk. You don't bring up hoe talk. That's hoe talk. Man, you don't repeat what the hoe say. That's why they say hoe say, no say. You don't bring hoe talk to the barbershop with the fuck them hoes. Cause these is still status symbols. So why get these hoes in the past, the light? Because that's what they want. So now you attach them whole name to their legacy and algorithm. Now the hoe finna start getting booked for interview because you nigga bringing these. No, man, nah, man. Yeah, my mind too elevated. You gonna lose me going up.
So I said that to say this. So you talked about us as black men really needing polygamy, not really a monogamous relationship.
You're not strong enough to handle polygamy. You're not honest enough to. You care too much about a woman's feelings, man, to have what God needs you to have.
So every man almost, you hear older men online just saying everyone regrets that one chick that they fucked off because they was other women.
That's a peasant man. The king don't regret nothing. He's a king. The peasant regrets because he can't find no other love like that. A man with money buy love. Nobody loves you forever or consistently. Nobody, not even your kid. Your woman don't love you consistently. If y'all together 5 years, 2 of them years she didn't like you after days. A few days she hated you because of how she felt. So fuck niggas, I don't have no regrets about no woman. Because if nothing else, what the last one did, the new one go do the bare minimum. There ain't no woman bringing the. I got the program, broke or not. So now, homie, I ain't got no woman I don't regret losing. I was the catch. Yeah, man, now that had to take me now. I come from they kick hold of their ass and they beat the dad up and their mama. If anybody come over there and say something and tell the kid, get your ass in the room. Be whooping your mom in the house. I never seen it. I watched it in the movie.
Who's telling this narrative though? Whose perspective is this from, RV?
But my uncle's near them kind of. My uncle's near my uncle Bush near. Yeah, nigga, I know some niggas go get a whole they pimp on and get knocked out by the damn brother. And the hoe pick him up and get in the car and leave with him. The pride. God put a structure in order in place. She can't go before you, nigga.
Why do men cheat?
It's why on some don't cheat. Yeah.
I didn't been in a poly relationship though. That's a lot of like attention, a lot of emotions though. I ain't gonna lie. It was fine though.
Yeah, a nigga don't cheat. It ain't in their nature. They're not a king. Any man that want one woman is a peasant. He's a peasant. The peasant throughout history have always been bound to one woman in her struggle, their struggle.
You agree with you?
With nothing. She leave with everything. The king give his whole thing. He pay him to leave.
King.
They talk that king talk. You're my king. He only got one woman. How you king? You the queen, because queens have one king. She don't have many husbands. That's why you never hear about the queen having one husband and many men. You never heard that story. And the one who did, Bathsheba, kingdom fell. Throughout history, all kings and great men from presidents, Dr. King, have had a queen and concubine. The queen don't worry about concubines. She's in the castle living like a queen. Does it hurt her? Yeah. She know how to fix her crown in silence and walk in dignity, because what she takes and don't give out makes her the queen and rules over him. Her love, her grace. That's why you never heard Coretta Scott King say nothing about Dr. Dick Reverend. He was a player type. That's who I aspire to be. Dr. King. I'm the new motherfucker Dr. King. Fuck that Tupac. I'm the new Martin Luther King. And I do it gracefully, like a gentleman, just like Dr.
Is marriage still a good thing nowadays? You know, since it's ran like a business for women.
Marriage is always good. It's God's order. How you gonna mean what God said? Everything got a mate.
At Living Spaces.
That was a good answer. Everybody double tap that screen, hit that like button. We'll get back to the aliens in a minute.
Everything got a mate. Adam was the only one who didn't have no woman. How you gonna be great without no woman?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. We don't let this new talk go to brainwashing y'all. Yeah, we don't let this new talk go to brainwashing. Man, marriage ain't never been bad.
I ain't gonna lie, RV. I don't try to understand the mind of somebody who don't align with mine, because I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm not gonna be able to conceptualize it. So I don't know. I don't understand. Y'all don't deal with that, or ain't you feel me?
Married for the wrong reason is bad. But marriage ain't never been bad. It creates a family unit. How that's bad? Because y'all
Like, I'm an old school nigga. I'm big dog. This is my program. You feel me? Like, get in the kitchen and do what you do.
didn't get to know each other before marriage. You married out of feelings. Marriage ain't never been about love. Never. A successful marriage has never been about love. Love fades over time. Yeah, commitment don't need respect. Yeah, love. One day you gonna look at me, you don't love me because I made you mad. You called me cheap. What you gonna do with me if you don't love me that day? So I don't care about that love. Talking about, man, fuck them feelings, your feelings.
I know what they're gonna do to him, because Offset's still married to Cardi B. But he got a baby on the way.
He gotta stay married to her, because in the divorce certificate, guess what? All that money she got, pay off his taxes. Better not leave the rich. You make the rich leave you. You don't up and leave the rich. You make the rich leave you. Go stay in a house and yeah, let her be queen bee over there with the football.
Definitely. What's getting put up like a royalty and doing everything that you want to do is slavery. I don't think she would agree.
That's my baby, and I'm gonna name him Funny Looking. And he gonna have a look. Yeah. Stephon Diggs Jr., aka Funny Looking. Who called him Funny Looking? His real daddy. I'm his real daddy. Yeah, I'll be a spiteful. I don't want no more. Let's go through county. Yeah, I'll straight. I'll be and I'll be still in them house over to another hole, because these our house.
In the Bible, the woman is supposed to submit to the man. So if you call that slavery, then hey.
By Georgia law. And the law said, matter of fact, get that boy my name. Get that boy my name. And I'm gonna mistreat him. We'll bond eventually, but in the beginning, I'm mistreating him motherfucker like every stepdad who live a real dad who don't like the outside, baby. He ain't nothing wrong with that. You can mistreat the outside, baby. Just don't abuse him. No, boy, get out of his box. And when your real kid going there, you don't say nothing.
Who's controlling anybody? What you talking about? Having a program and being a leader, that's not equivalent to controlling. You gotta expand your frequency.
I used to hear stories about getting treated like that. I know how to paint the picture.
And to think you can control somebody is foolish. You can't control no individual.
And she chose Stephon Diggs, and a guy he used to work with accused him of sexual assault. And he was like, what made me the most frustrated was the fact that he tried to unalive.
That's the problem. Having a problem with submission, not being able to take leadership. You feel me?
kidnapped me and drugged me.
He wanted that dick. Yeah, that's the way you see he telling that story, bright eyes and bushy tail. Yeah, nigga, he wanted that dick. Yeah, he let the hang over with that dick jacket I want, and he ain't attacking. He wanted that. And he looked at him, man, what you doing, man? And he calm on it. Man,
Wait, what is he talking about?
man, I think he took it. I think Stephon did put that dick on that boy, and he couldn't stop him. And he ashamed to say it. He ashamed to say it. He would come tell that story to a host. People know the Dr. Phil and tell that host. Yeah, I'm mad at mama that nigga. Try to make me not like Stephon D. Yeah, man.
I mean, RV, I got a degree in psychology. I know, and there's something called MK Ultra. I know you can control people. But if a person understands itself, the individual knows nobody has control of them but I.
Speaking of step kids, you
It's levels. I only play and deal with the level I'm on.
said step kids. You know, Jay-Z just won that lawsuit. But what surprised me is the kid was 30. I'm like, y'all are filing a paternity suit.
That didn't have a daddy to tell a baby anything. You hear me? She made a whole lie to the boy and say all kind of shit not to be a scum mother. Man, nah, that's a corn bucket baby. She don't know that Jay-Z baby. She don't know who the baby is. She done waited 30
What, Charleston?
years to start making noise. Yeah, even if he of mine, he ain't grown there. He don't like new. Don't give him be my boy now. He a new. He ain't be y'all boy. Yeah, she might steal now. I don't know. I ain't got no dealing with raising. That's my line. They walk away from me. I ain't ready no more.
It's crazy. The laws are different in different states. Because in Texas, I got family members. They ain't claiming kids, but they on child support. But it's like with him.
Well, Texas is a money state. Child support ain't got nothing to do with the kid. It's a money grab. The no daddy can be on child support. It's whoever she say.
That kickback go to the state for sure. That is what? That's a business.
Well, you saying that baby ain't mine, so I ain't going to court. It's yours now. Your lack of knowledge of showing up and contesting make it your baby. Dumbass. It make it your baby. You ain't coming to speak on nothing. You'll let her have all the say, and there's two sides to every story. Well, if your side don't come, her side wins. Man, yeah.
Say it again, Charleston. You know that's the community.
Oh, well, you just got to start beating it to the punch. You just got to start before the baby get born. Don't go to the attorney general's office. Say you $500 up to $1,000 and go to the courts. If you go to the courts, you'll never have to worry about going to jail. You know why? Because the bitch ain't got nobody on the side to go pay. The attorney general's office is supposed to act as a mediator. They act as an advocate for the custodial parent, not the woman, the custodial parent. Well, if she go claim rights by filing for child support, she's claiming sole custodial rights to the kids. You know why? You have no rights, nigga. You didn't come down. You ain't got no rights. So we don't even want to hurt you. She got all the rights to the baby. You know why? Y'all wouldn't marry in the state of Texas. So in order for you to have rights in the state of Texas, your paternity rights have to be established through the court system, just like the slave babies. We have to establish the rights because this is our baby.
Yo, listen up.
This is our baby. We finna cash in on the birth certificate and get a lot of money for the money. When you die, go cash in again. It's your child, but this is our baby. How do you stop this from being our baby? Both y'all show up as parents. The daddy have to show up first if he want equal rights to the child. You show up and put child support upon yourself because I'm claiming rights to this child. And I need my rights established through the court system. Other than that, that ain't your baby.
I love that. So, Jay-Z went through that. Kanye, he's a great father. I love him as a father. I loved his mom, the documentary that they made on her. And I love the relationship with your mom as well.
If you have CalFresh, Medi-Cal, or SSI, you may qualify for a free iPhone 11, plus up to 10 gigabytes of data every month. Your application takes 2 minutes, and shipping is 100% free anywhere in California. Phones are limited. Visit airtalkwireless.com to see if you qualify.
For the first time in modern history, college student graduates are more unemployed.
With Kanye, but he ain't no great daddy. You can't ostracize me from my kids. Great daddy can't be ostracized. If you're a weak daddy, you can. If you got mama issues, the mama, you know, went over here and feel like you ain't got no family, and that documentary don't show a great father. I ain't never had a breakdown in front of my children. Men don't break down in front of family. How they gonna have confidence in the hero? Superman, kryptonite. You don't do that. I ain't never seen a man cry. I ain't never seen a man cry, homie. But as I started getting older, I started seeing young boys in their 20s crying, in their mid-20s crying over girls and situations. But in life, as I see men and watch men, nigga, I ain't never seen a man cry. Men don't cry. They do, but don't nobody know. They do it in the car before they walk in the house. They do it in the shower. But nobody know the man cried. If his woman lying in the casket, he crawling inside. That's the strength of a man.
What religion got to do with it?
It's to control emotion. Nobody needs to see my feelings. They mine. It's my job to process them and deal with them. It ain't right for me to let y'all see them, to be affected by what I feel, and you really not affected. So I'm gonna let you see my real feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody see me cry.
He was crying, and then he apologizing to Jewish collaborators, and then
where he playing come? He got to do that. Oh, he lonely. He want to get back in, and you can't get back in. The Jews,
even in Brazil, they said if he said they take him to jail.
They finance economics. They'll never be what they once were. Them and white people work hard to be at the top. They kill babies, women.
Everybody double tap that screen, hit that like button. This episode 138. I drop a conspiracy theory compilation and non-mainstream media news every day. Make sure y'all go check the one I dropped today.
Hospitals, whatever it takes. Them some great people. Yeah, I admire them a lot of them. One day we'll be like that.
What do you admire about them?
They'll spill blood for their race. You cannot have freedom if you're not willing to spill and shed blood.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And they merciless. But only the strong can show compassion for the weak. So they're not strong. Because if they would, they'll show compassion for Gaza, for Palestine. Only the strong can show compassion for the weak. Men, a guy who's been trained with tactical hand,
two things can be true at the same time. There's still proof that these events happen and these individuals walk this earth.
Avoid weak people because they know what they'll do to you. You don't know that. So they give you mercy out of strength. People who really can hurt people that's not hurt don't hurt people. They give mercy and grace. They're real humble and meek. So I know people that really humble, they're very meek and mild. Real dangerous and violent people, for the most part, try to fit in and blend in because they know they can't. So they don't do nothing to try to stir up because they know they'll hurt somebody. So they come play. Yeah, so you know.
Yeah, I know he has some type of equity and title. And Nicki Minaj right now, she's beefing with Jay-Z and
who is that, Kanye?
Yes, and Kanye because of that. She feels like she's old. But her long-term lawyer left her though.
I don't know nothing about that. That's too intriguing for me. I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, nah, nigga, all artists are and old. That's the nature of the game. The industry is designed to keep the artists in debt. That's why the industry stays on top. That's why there's no more Master P's, no more Jermaine Dupri's, no more Tila Rap. There's no more of that.
Nobody really figured out how to pass the money on in the industry. I know we don't do topics like this often. We don't go into conspiracy theory time. But we're going to get some entertainment with Charleston White. We're going to get to the aliens in a second. Everybody double tap that screen, hit that like button. This episode 138.
The board.
I'll drop a conspiracy theory compilation and non-mainstream media and news video every day. I just dropped one a couple hours ago. Go check that out for sure.
Houston.
There's no more black record label CEOs with black labels. There's no more.
What's his name in Houston? Get that boy.
Jay Prince.
Yes, no more of them.
Because the black CEOs have to get in bed with the distribution company to the artists. You cannot get in this to help the artists. From Diana Ross to now, everybody's been over. So you cannot change it.
Tory Lanez appeals to overturn the conviction, in the Megan Thee Stallion shooting. People were commenting on it, and now she's with Klay Thompson, and he's just beefing with dudes online. What do you think about this situation? He got stabbed up too.
You can't get
Tory Lanez, what are you talking about? That's false information. What are you talking about?
good content with trending topics. You don't want opinions, you want substance. That's topic talk. So now, y'all ain't. So listen, I ain't even seen that know what's going on. Why they ain't asking why the California ain't beefing with the Michigan? So I ain't into that. I'm a knowledgeable, and you lose the substance of me with Tory. Like, I don't know. Oh man, I know bitch talking about Megan Thee Stallion, nigga. That's the whole. So homie. So just hear me out.
Okay.
See, I don't partake in the King James edited version of the Bible with the canonized versions. I rock with the Ethiopian Bible that has all the books, you feel me? So, and I ain't never been to church in my life also, never walked in the building. So my understanding is a little different. It got, 30 books, not 30, 44 books or something extra, not extra, but 44 books that the King James don't have his filthy hands on it, his Shakespeare bullshit and Psalms, none of that nonsense. And none of the demonology shit that he wrote after. Yeah.
As a content creator,
Entertainment purposes only.
trending topics are less advertiser friendly. That's why you don't hear white platforms talking about trending topics unless it's political. But even trending topics are not advertiser friendly topics. So you want to stay away from trending topics. That's the basic of content creation.
You gonna tell this nigga how to do his interview? You got paid to do an interview.
That's the kid. Now, nigga, you want to follow this coming back because people are on the internet looking for
We just having a conversation. You good, bro? It ain't your bad.
substance. We've been on the internet for the last 20 years, social networking. That's why everybody's falling off now that's been on there. So now you can't come with the trending topic. And guess what? The trending topics is on every platform by the time you released it. Tory Lanez was stabbed almost a year ago. Megan Thee Stallion, so nigga, it's gonna be something tomorrow that's gonna kill that. So the last 30 minutes you've been on celebrity trending topic. How you invoke the content? You're talking topics.
You're right.
You gotta have a purpose. You just asking questions, but you can't get the response because I'm not into the internet.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I respect, bro, taking the game and knowledge, but I paid you 10 bands, and nigga, do your job.
Yeah.
Answer these questions I formulated for you.
And I did hear you say that California Crips and Bloods are weak in the feds.
Yeah, everybody know that. Everybody know that. And they weak in California because there's no way down south they could have done that to a black celebrity who helped a nigga get money and get out of prison.
So they weak everywhere.
Well, the California told you, nigga. He went to a yard that's safe.
You don't know what politics was going on or what happened. I heard he rocked with an army in there. He took care of everybody in there for Christmas. He just caught him at the right time.
Want him to put his life in danger where they can extort him.
You're right.
He can't protect him. He went where he has to.
He in there playing baby gangster.
He can't decide where he go.
You're right.
Yeah, so now I try. Yeah, so I know he's getting bored with them celebrities.
I'm with you. I'll mix it up with you.
I paid you, nigga. Answer these questions.
We said that you, for me, I feel like you're the Malcolm X.
That's
you said NBA Youngboy was the Michael Jackson. I always felt like he may have been like Pop, a little bit to this generation. How is he affecting this generation positively? If
we never got to see Pop perform. We got to see Michael perform in the effects of his gift and his persona, what it had on the world. We never seen Pac do that. He was in jail or in the movie. You know what I'm saying? We never got to see him on stage.
So it may have been like it's no telling what it would have been had he been able to have this type of concert.
It wasn't gonna be nothing but what it was. It wasn't for it to be. They wasn't gonna.
Back to the regular scheduled program, esoteric time. You feel me? Knowledge, information is preservation and key.
A lot.
Shout out to the global mafia. We are conscious, collective conscious. We share information and knowledge. Everybody need each other. We going through this together, 99% versus the 1. Shout out to the global mafia watching this content, kicking back, nice and safe at the crib, whether it's on your TV, on your phone, laptop. Shout out to the members.
Is he on?
I wish
is he in Tel
wasn't.
Aviv as well?
He definitely alive. That was crazy. That's I got hundreds of hours in, like scrolling the dark web, looking through files, just so we could like screenshot a cabinet, so we can reverse image search to try to see like what apartment complex this is in. So
Okay.
you know, so like a lot of times I would keep a lot of stuff on mute. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll drive you crazy, bro. Because you know, especially when you pulling up on pedophiles and stuff like that, and whenever you take their phone, it's like a group of them. There'd be thousands of them in them groups, and it just give you like the most eeriest feeling in the world because you know you don't never want to fantasize about doing heinous things to nobody, but when you see stuff like that.
You said thousands in these PDF groups. Where is this fascination and love to do these things? I don't understand. 70, and I'm not divisive at no. Y'all know me, Mafia. If you know me, you know me. I'm the last nigga that bring up race, but 70% of it is done by the Caucasian race. Y'all gotta handle that. Y'all gotta get that together. You feel me? Hold your people accountable.
You know,
the comments on my social media on that post are like, when are we killing these people?
Yeah, that's what's, man. I'm watching so many people who I know aren't typically violent.
Hey, can I back you up real quick?
For sure.
You said something about how you watch video. You turn the sound off.
Yep.
That's kind of commonplace.
Okay.
And you when I say commonplace, not for general public.
No doubt.
Sound off, multiple people watching.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just curious where you learned that. You can tell me off mic one time, but I'm just telling you, I know about that.
Yep.
He's trained with SEAL Team 6 before. Some of the best trained, well trained warriors in the world on this planet.
Yep. And
so he know a little bit about, you know.
You finna meet some people. Some of them is in town today, and a lot of Marines. You feel me? You finna meet some people because I got a project we finna launch called Neighborhood Heroes. We gotta take some type of action because this right here is only gonna get worse. And imagine the locations that haven't been discovered.
Yeah, this is the tip of the iceberg. I was watching Piers Morgan on the drive over, and one of the things that Piers was talking about with people over in the UK is that UK has actually arrested people.
They're actually people.
Taking this thing seriously.
I have an opinion about that.
But that's strange though, because like they got the highest rate per minute in the world.
Well, here's the strange part about it, and I want to equate it to some stuff that you've probably seen here. Once you arrest someone and you're in charge of that investigation. You're in charge of who's looking at it, and you're in charge of how it gets
no doubt
doled out. So I think that's taking the initiative and making sure that the people that are in trouble don't get in too much trouble.
That and they want to.
Hey TD, what's going on, Mafia member? Appreciate you for checking that attendance box. Everybody double tap that screen, hit that like button at the same time so I ain't got to say it no more. Appreciate it in advance. You ain't even got to back out. Just double tap the screen. Let's get to 100 likes real quick. I drop a compilation of conspiracy theories and non-mainstream media news every day. Make sure y'all check that out too. Keep you up to date.
If they open up the can of worms that they're touching, clearly they need to see it all the way through, and it might be deeper than what they can handle. So there's a lot going on. There's the Republican congresswoman who was on Piers' show, and the clip I sent to you, Matt, is basically her saying, I don't think there will be any prosecutions behind the Epstein Files in the United States.
It's either going to be that or they'll be, like I said.
Well, if you go to the Pacer website, which is ran by the government, it went from 68,000 pending indictments in 2022, and right now it is 600,000 pending indictments, sealed indictments. So maybe that got something to do with it. To go from 68 to 600,000 is a big leap.
And they're just going to
They can't all be PPP loans.
be for, for the appearance of things. No one will really do any time.
Well, here's my thing, because this is very eye-opening to me. A Republican congressperson said on public forum, our justice system is unjust.
They talking about alien hybrid breeding programs and secret government on the news. Like, mainstream media is wild. That's why you got to lock in with an independent journalist. Even if it's not me, I can recommend some. I got some in the description, actually. Got to lock in with an independent journalist.
Very much so.
Period. She said,
Non-biased. No left wing, no right wing. It's the same bird. Not trying to make you believe nothing.
I don't see anything happening from this in the means that we want. This is, yes, some people are getting fired, some people are stepping down from positions, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be more of that happen, but I don't see anybody being prosecuted. I'm like,
So is it true that Piers Morgan visited the island?
I haven't personally seen anything about Pierce.
Okay. Because I keep hearing that.
Well, I know that's your homeboy.
Yeah, once I heard that, I knew he had broke his hip and stuff too. So once I heard that, I kind of like,
Well, now that you bring him up, I'll make sure I dig
please do, because
for him.
because he might be a baby eater too.
I will not be working with nobody. And I've been telling people that, like people that I know, if I see you in there,
We got problems.
we're going to have a major problem because, bro, like little kids cannot protect themselves.
No.
You feel me? Like, that's how I know there's a difference that we're supposed to be held to a certain standard because,
My early conspiracy theory compilations, probably from a couple weeks ago, I take deep dives into all of the files. So if you want to go through the conspiracy theory, I got a podcast, and I don't know how many episodes now, probably 30, 40.
deer come right
I drop an episode every day
out
in the afternoon.
the room and can walk. We the only mammals that can't. So there's a higher responsibility when it comes to having this level of consciousness.
Yeah.
And if people are, it ain't no if. So many things are ritualistic. And in the scriptures, it says, make sacrifices to us and we will do your bidding. Who are they talking about? And then, nobody's talking about that temple to Baal on Epstein Island. Nobody's not talking about that.
Well, on his bank account, the nickname of his bank account was Ball.
I didn't
And
know
then
about the
they
temple.
tried to say that was a B-A-A and a 1. No, that's a L.
I mean, maybe he did that, put a 1 on there to try to be cute, but that's exactly what that is.
Yeah, they said you have to
Ball.
have a number and a punctuation.
But it's an actual L.
Yeah.
I'm only smiling because,
Conspiracies are true. This one right here is Intellectual Street Thoughts. I do this 5 times a week live. Intellectual Street Thoughts is live 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But conspiracies are true. I drop at 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a conspiracy theory compilation and non-mainstream media news every day.
So like,
I got a playlist on my channel. Deep dives, and then when y'all bring up topics we interested in, we take deep dives.
Well, hey, last week we
And as a collective, we figure it out. One person will never know everything, but as a conscious collective, we can figure everything out.
got his phone number. I have his number.
I watched that.
Yeah. We didn't get the response we wanted, but later on, Derek and I were talking at night, and I went home and I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, I'm gonna fuck with this guy.
I
So
got somebody else for you because the dude David Galertner, I got his number. That's the first person who he a professor at Yale. This the first person, I used to go to science conferences and all type of shit. He told me to my face, like, I know you're heavy on religion, but you need to consider the universe is under intelligent design.
BH has a doctorate. He has a degree in theology. He's a well-versed individual. No matter what he put his hours in, agree or disagree. I'm an individual that we can disagree, still be cool, just had a conversation. You don't even agree with your best friend 100% on every ideology. So that's nonsensical, you feel me? Chico, Dusty, appreciate you, loved one. Shout out to you for joining the Global Mafia. We just share knowledge on this side, family. We need each other. We stronger together, you feel me? Niggas could be gangsters and read still, you know what I'm saying?
Means to me that that religion makes sense.
Right, but they trying to, they get offended.
And I appreciate that. I don't take that comment lightly, bro. Thank you. I need affirmation for sure.
That I represent, that I'm a follower of Christ, that pisses them off. They're like, you're too smart for that. They always say that. That's why I stopped going to the science conferences and little workshops. Because it's like, all right, I'm starting to notice a pattern.
Yep, hustle. Appreciate you, loved one. I'm just trying to keep us informed. You feel me? That's it. That's all. We 137 episodes deep on this right here. I'm just bringing information to the people. I don't care if I'm right, if I'm wrong. I'm so rarely wrong though, because I don't speak on it if I don't deeply know about it. You feel me? But I just want the right answer.
And
so niggas be thinking I feel some type of way when they correct me, but I don't have no attitude and they be tripped out. That's cocky of people. That's arrogant.
And, when you go back to ancient civilizations, they had these deities that demanded child sacrifice.
Yeah.
The last thing, I do wonder, do the powers that be, did they account for individuals like me and BH to be speaking on these kind of topics? They had to account for that. Yeah, I would believe so. What y'all think?
Yeah.
The First Nations people, though, said those were not gods, those were demons, and they rebelled against them.
Yeah.
I feel like the rebellion thing is the climate in our country right now, bro. It's like almost civil war status, man. Like,
yeah, but I mean, with who though?
Yeah, that was exactly my comment earlier.
I don't mean that from a position of ignorance. I feel what you're feeling.
Yes.
But when we say that, give me your take on what that looks like.
That means certain states seceding.
I don't disagree.
Interesting.
But based on the secession, what are we saying the two teams are?
Yeah, the military will fracture.
So we're not calling this a left-right thing. We're not saying
we're talking about state versus people.
Well, which is it? We're talking blue state.
So Todd, that's a problem that channels that talk about the things that I talk about that we run into. So I had to learn how to articulate myself in the correct manner on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta be very, very delicate. But they will unsubscribe you. They won't show up on your on the notifications. Then you gotta look for the channel. So that's why I really the support is not taken lightly. Like, you feel me? I've been needing them likes on the videos, the comments, you know what I'm saying? Because they make it hard for chat. You feel me? I could do videos on Charleston White and run it up 20K every day.
Specifically?
But it's not, I don't know, it's not fulfilling, you know what I'm saying? I don't even be on my other channel because this one is more fulfilling, just raw, tapping in with y'all.
Historically speaking, you can't pick on white people for too long, man. Historically speaking.
These are facts.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, so I done been on a lot of different spectrums in this system, bro.
Agree with you.
And that's what keeps me.
The extremes of the extremes on every, like, professional sports to federal. You know what I'm saying?
Up at night because, like, all right, now if you look at,
they won't go shoot up a school.
And then you gotta take it like
Stop
this. Then you gotta take it like this. Like for me, like whenever I look across the world and I see people kidnapped, C4 explosives used and shit like that, there's only certain groups of people who know how to use that.
Nah, that's a fact, Rigid. But individual like me, like I don't think respectfully can be stopped because I'm playing the game how, you feel me? They tell you to play it. So if I'm following the rules, you gotta let me stay in the game. And as long as I keep getting eyeballs like y'all, you feel me? I'm gonna make them count. Dead homies. Like what bro say, it took him 3 minutes. I just need 2.
So if you keep antagonizing,
You ain't gotta sub the first time, just tap in the second time and confirm, you feel me?
needs this
Sub told me that before.
same group of people,
When we say white people, do you mean like specifically like white Christians?
white Christian males.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think at a certain point. Now, let me ask you this: the antagonization of that group, do you feel like it's just, or do you feel like it's coming from a source that's looking for that end?
I think it's coming from a source that's looking for that specifically.
Okay, I agree with you.
Because I'm gonna show you this. Because there's been several situations where, listen to this, HVAC worker reportedly finds explosives at a Southside high-rise. Fake IDs, rifles, police uniforms, fireman uniforms, military gear, C4 explosives, hand grenades, and this was found by chance.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a family member that's a
Yep,
cop,
okay.
and he said, "Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the third one that we've found like that.
Is this in Las Vegas?
This is in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not.
See that? I'll send both of y'all the
Wow.
link.
On an ABC News site. Thank you.
And you don't hear nothing about this. And it's kind of like, well, we've seen the most military coups in history over the last 2 years. And I know for a fact some years back, there was talks about removing Obama. And I probably said too much right there, but
You can't say enough. Let it.
that's
spill the tea.
why I'm at with it right now. Cause it's kind of like, bro, I don't even give a fuck no more, man. I'd have been poisoned before. I'd have been shot. I'm willing to go all the way if children can't walk the world.
Hate to interrupt this this great intellect right here, but everybody take an opportunity to double tap that screen real quick. Over appreciate it in advance. Let's get to 100 likes and help more than you think. Get this out to like-minded people. Get this knowledge out there. Appreciate you.
At least in this country, safely. Like,
Well, back to your point about the historically white people. If you look at the invasion, and that's what I'm going to call it through the Biden years,
yep,
the invasion of places that are predominantly white Christian.
for sure.
It's going to be Ireland. It was going to be England.
For sure.
They are trying to take away those people because for whatever reason being, if you go through history and rebellions, those people have predominantly been the people who lead these rebellions.
For sure.
I think they're trying to do away with that.
I think so as well. I'm glad you said that. That's why I was excited to come up here today because I'm like, it's only a few people who gonna understand what I'm talking about.
And Matt's the only one because I'm just over here learning.
Well, Derek, let me just put in perspective for you. If you follow the news and the quote unquote invasion through the
So we're talking about the
Biden
20
years.
million
Look at-
immigrants, illegal immigrants that
Right.
came in. Through
Now
the borders.
do it all at the same time. How would they know to invade all these countries at the same time in the same manner? It was like France,
Yep.
Ireland,
Mhm.
England, all Western nations. And what did they invade them with? Remember the discussion you and I had. 93% of the world is not white.
Right.
Facts.
So it doesn't matter. You're going to run into brown people no matter where you go.
Certainly.
So in these countries that are white Christian, like him and I were just talking
Except for
about,
maybe Greenland. But go ahead.
Greenland have like 11 people. They're trying to do away with Christianity. And I think you understand that because you're a Christian. And I think you're a Christian at heart.
Correct.
So I think that has to be the glue that binds.
It
100%.
does. It does. And for my entire life, I watched Christianity be unraveled in front of me. And one of the people who was unraveling because I determined at 10 years old, I was no longer a believer. Now I've shifted course in the last 3 years
Mhm.
and have reinvested
Welcome back.
And I think there is a time where we're going to need to have a theology show that's going to.
Everybody needs to separate though and get their own spiritual understanding with Yahshua and Yahweh or whoever you think the prime creator is for yourself. Like you got to think for yourself, not somebody else's opinion. Got to be self. You know what I'm saying? Self-thinking forward.
To be longer than the 60 minutes so we can kind of go over how all these things go together and have CC on the show with us because he's got some.
I can blow this fucking show right out of the water and get us off of YouTube forever because I can tell you.
But real quick, where everybody partaking in this content from, this is the Global Mafia. We got people from UK to LA, from Jamaica to the Bay. So where you watching this content, that determine your perspective and your narrative, where you grew up at, you feel me? So we all can agree to disagree and still be cool.
You and I think you probably know exactly what's behind this, and it ties all the way to the cartel activity.
Facts.
Cartel, Ukraine. I can take you down that rabbit hole. Who's the president in Ukraine?
Zelensky.
And what is that guy?
An actor?
He is an actor, but what type? Specifically,
Comedian.
He's Jewish.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I can go way down this, but there are currently right now cartel vehicles that are running Ukraine flags.
100%.
Running Ukraine flags on them. They're using Ukrainian drones. They're getting trained by Ukrainians with these drones.
For sure.
Okay, Chicago. So RV, do you rock with BH or no? I don't remember. You already know. Shout out to Carolina, dead homies.
And all of this is starting with Israel. Israel is giving Pegasus to the cartels.
Directly to the cartels. That's why they built their own cell tower.
Hey, these conversations is had a minimum 5 times a week. I go live so much, I hurt myself in the algorithm with my long form videos, you feel me? So that's why I need y'all to make sure y'all tap in with them compilation videos of conspiracy theory and non-mainstream media, because I switched over my channel. We just now getting in the algorithm. So yeah, shout out to y'all. The lives is cool. I'm on episode 138. We doing 10 to 50K a night, but y'all get that information in the videos out there.
Of course.
Shout out to Georgia. Dead homies, Cali. Big Cali in the building.
All true.
The cartel built their own cell towers after they got Pegasus. As soon as you land at the airport, your phone is pinging to their tower first.
It's picking your shit up immediately.
Who interested?
Pegasus is the most
Telcel, because that's what happens to me every time I go to Cabo. I get a text message from Telcel like it's going to be 20 cents a minute if you want to talk.
You're going to charge you to rip you off.
They charge you to rip you off for sure.
And have all my information.
But the Pegasus software, which is the most invasive software out there, is made by Israel. It was sold to the cartels, and they're running that shit.
I fuck with bro. That's my dog in real life.
Israel, we'll never get this show on YouTube now. Israel is the inception point.
Man, why you say that, bro?
They were training the guys doing all of the assassinations. IDF soldiers were training cartel guys. No, I think he has a.
Yeah, I can't. That's why this shit. You tripping, bro. You can't say them countries and shit like that. They don't play with that shit.
Grudge. I think when they tried to assassinate him a few years back, he took that shit to heart, and you should,
for sure.
But I also believe Trump knows exactly who Israel is at this point, and obviously cannot say that out loud.
When he said to Netanyahu,
I'm saying that shit, bro. Okay. Damn. South Colorado.
Gun activity, because the way everything is set up now, ontological shock is why they won't release certain things, right?
I got another one dropping in a few days. He was in he went to the hospital on Wednesday. We were supposed to do that interview Wednesday, but he passed out doing a good deed. So we had to reschedule.
They say it'll be a collapse of religion.
Yeah.
But then we see the European Union come out and say, prepare for all of the markets to crash because Trump is going to reveal aliens.
Right.
This happened weeks ago. Obama does this. Then we see Sean Ryan going off like, you can't tell me this is just, they didn't set this up. They didn't choreograph this.
Yeah.
And then we see what Trump said. He said, Obama shouldn't be doing that. Then we see him say, arrest Obama.
Well, he actually said too, you're right, but he also said, maybe I'll do him a favor and I will declassify those files because of the alleged.
Okay.
So
that's the perfect setup to start bombing everybody.
Well, it's either misdirection. Hey, look over here while we start wars.
For sure.
But I also think legitimately there's disclosures that need to happen in that field.
I do not think that WAR was started for a distraction for the E-Files. If they cared that much, they wouldn't have let them out. Are other things a distraction? For sure, but not that. That been in the works. That would have been a bigger play.
100%.
So, and Greer made some, I don't know if,
he's been the only one that was right about everything.
well, he said he's got 20 terabytes of
Yeah, he good now. He good now. Right on.
information right now. And he said he can show convincingly exactly what has gone on in the government in regards to alien craft and how much of that is actually our tech at this point.
That's the thing. Like, a lot of it is our tech.
Yes.
Because the crash retrieval program's been going on since the 30s.
Oh, yeah.
Because it started with the Vatican.
I'm sorry, which program?
Crash retrieval program.
Crash retrieval.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it started with the Vatican. And then when you think about it, it's like, well, the Vatican has this big secret library. And then we see Reb Luna come out and say, oh, these are the same craft that are mentioned in the book of Enoch.
Right. Have you read the book?
Like, how did we get to the point where we allow those people to hoard all of those years of knowledge? How did we allow them to do that as a unit? I'm confused. I don't understand.
I read the book of
It's
Enoch.
good.
I'm in the process.
Like, did they pull the wool over everybody's eyes that good? Them insane asylums. That's what they did. All the people who was in touch with anything in the world, they put them in the insane asylum.
Of it.
It's crazy.
It is.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah,
It is.
And the fact that they say that we shouldn't, when I say when they included the Bible, they removed certain books like Enoch and others that they don't want you to know, and you should absolutely know what's in the book of Enoch.
Yeah, this happened in 1610, I believe. King James, he hired 47 other clergymen, including Shakespeare, to edit the Bible. Over 100 books was removed.
Right.
You feel me?
Shakespeare has his name in the book of Psalms, like coded in verses. Yeah.
And then what's his
Yeah, he put his name in the Bible. Shakespeare is diabolical.
next set of books after that? Demonology.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, like, it's an old story.
Right.
And they remix it. But when you read Enoch, you're able to put certain pieces together. Because do you believe that human beings alone are capable of putting together this masterpiece of deception?
No.
I don't see it, bro.
I think just from the standpoint of the structures.
Absolutely.
Before he get into the ancient architecture, the Tartarian architecture, that's the key to finding out the truth of history, tracing this ancient architecture, and these buildings, these structures. But
Absolutely.
If you start looking at megalithic structures,
and I think Egypt, perhaps the Egyptians may have inherited the pyramids, perhaps. And ain't no way in hell they built Yankee Stadium in 250 days in 1923 on horseback and buggy.
Absolutely.
and the precision. Have you ever seen anything with how precise some of those stonework is?
I can tell
We can't do it right now.
Okay.
No, bro.
We can't move the material.
The Ethiopian Bible has been preserved and is true and through. It didn't go through canonization. It wasn't picked apart by rabbis and, oh, this doesn't match up with the Torah, so we're not going to put this book in there because it don't match with what our books say. So it was level to the deception. Entertainment purposes only.
We can't cut the material. And some of this stuff is so good.
This is the stuff I take deep dives into on my compilations every day. We just go in depth on every topic.
That it defies logic for what was supposed to be hand tools, brass hand tools. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
I don't disagree with.
They never were conquered. They didn't take on no Roman influence. They didn't switch over to the Gregorian calendar. They still have 13 months and 28 days. 13 months in a year and 28 days in a month. And they're on year 2018. 88 books, big facts.
The fact that, or what I can assume, the fact that there were intelligent beings that helped shape and shift life on this planet.
Well, legend.
Oh, this is what I was about to say. So the aircraft carriers that be in the ocean, like how did we get so far where we land in these fighter jets in the middle of the ocean with waves, with 30-foot swells on a boat? Like, who was the first nigga to do that? The first time. Like, realistically, the first time, imagine that. Put your feet, your shoes in them. Like, how did we get here? How?
They're still here. And actually, specifically, Greer said something about like 69 different forms of life that they have actually identified. Yeah.
Here's the thing. In the Epstein Files, he says we need to go to Atlantis. Did you see that?
No, I didn't read it.
They did go. They scuba dived there.
It specifically, but I did hear
him and Jelaine Maxwell lady.
Hear that a little, yeah.
I read it because off the coast of Cuba,
they gave coordinates too, huh?
They gave coordinates. The old world is under the ocean.
Well, I remember Ghislaine talked a lot about it. She was kind of obsessed with the whole thing, yeah.
But you know, that's Cuban waters. They were trying to get contact with Fidel Castro. It's like in 2004. They trying to go down there. And it's kind of like, it's almost like those ancient beings never left. And they don't want us to find certain things because that's probably why they destroyed everything the last time, because we rebelled.
Or we're.
Hey, the resets are real. So the nations can't agree on anything. It's up on site. It's a war for hundreds of years, but we can agree to all have peace and hold hands in Antarctica. If that's not the biggest red flag in the world, like, the truth is out there. We're gonna get to it.
We're not ready, right?
But so that's the whole thing. That's the NHI saying this bullshit.
Yeah,
because they can die. Dude I spoke to that I met through Linda Moulton Howe, he said that his unit had to guard fossilized remains of some of the gods.
Do you know what branch was that?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
Everybody take this opportunity to double tap that screen, hit that like button. It's episode 138. I drop a compilation of non-mainstream media and conspiracy theories every day. Make sure y'all go check them out too. They're very informational. Fire, dead homies.
You don't have to say the specific.
She said to me that she saw his DD-214 and that he was probably a guy from the unit.
I can tell you specifically that is who deals with the predominantly the largest amount of any type of aliens is our unit guys.
Okay.
And I know that to be a fact.
Facts. Okay. Coming from you, that's good to know because you know you try to corner people on these topics. You feel me?
Well, Linda is on. She does the show, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I know she's well versed in all that, but I also know that there's two groups. It's always going to be a special forces group
for sure,
and the pinnacle of that is going to be Delta, the unit
for sure.
So the Delta guys deal with all of the alien stuff. There has been some cases where you've had Green Berets,
okay,
but it is 99 times out of 100, it is going to be a Delta team.
Now I heard a story about Berets. They flew in a photographer to take photos of a craft that they discovered. And the photographer didn't have no idea what he was about to see.
Oh, I'm sure.
You feel me? So once he saw it, he said, those guys scared the shit out of me and stuff like that. So I never said anything. But he said one day he got a message from one of them and told him and says it was time. So when I keep hearing little things like that, and I'm just trying to be on the right side of history because, bro, it's some bad dudes in our forces, bro.
Let me just tie this back to the average person.
Get pissed off.
let me tie this back to the average person because the conversations you guys are having is so far above everyone's head, including mine. But because I've been talking to Matt, I can kind of make that connection. I just want to translate real quick.
Yeah,
right?
let's
So
run through it.
we're talking about beings that lived on this earth, super intelligent, had all types of better craft, propulsion, energy sources.
Can I add real quick?
Yeah.
They're not always in the same. They're not always the case that they're from another planet. They're other dimensional.
Yeah.
Okay. Also makes sense.
Yeah.
The working theory that I'm working with right now and trying to potentially prove up, looking at it through that lens, is that God, Yahweh, was one of these beings, and he was the supreme being of all of them, and won the battle of the gods before he said, "I am the God of this."
Well, I think it makes sense
dimension and planet or universe.
that they're.
Hey, that's a good statement. That comment right there. Everybody read Chico Dusty comment. Shout out to you, loved one. Glad you joined the mafia for sure. Your ideology and narrative is always welcome, family. Right on.
The creation of life, the creation of us, didn't have to be the only creation of life.
Mhm.
God can be, multi.
Discernment is key, and doing your own research and investigating and coming to your own understanding is most important. Like, forget what I'm saying. Like, find out for yourself.
Multifaceted in the sense of creating life all over. It's a selfish way that we look at it, to think that we're alone and that we're the only thing that God created.
Absolutely. But what I'm trying to drive at is the Christian belief in God does not get turned on its head because of this.
No.
It gets enhanced because of this.
I agree.
This like feeds all into Christianity, and all of the pieces that are foretold in varied prophecies with, one of the things that I heard last week is that anyone who divides the promised land shall be divided and fall within itself, is one of the scriptures of the Bible. Great Britain,
Shout out to Queen She.
divided the promised land and only gave Israel 13% of that land. And what is happening with Great Britain right now? It is dividing on itself. Is that prophecy?
This is a good conversation for sure, not gonna lie. Everybody double tap that screen for me real quick so I don't gotta be a broken record. Hit that like button for me. It helped more than you think.
Coming to pass right now. I mean, all of these things that CC just talked about with military coups all over the place, and we're talking about invasions of multiple different countries. These are all things that could be foretelling the end of days as described in the Bible that we all love.
Yeah.
But the Bible also say before the end of the days, got to be 1,000 years of peace.
Yeah.
That
we
happened
have
a while
definitely
ago.
not.
Is it 1,000 congruent?
1,000
And then-
concurrent years. I was a theology major.
Okay,
college,
that's good.
you know what I mean? So
Good.
like,
That's very optimistic.
Let's get to 100 likes real quick. We on the low end, we usually get to 150. Shout out to the members. I can't do it alone. Everybody double tap that screen, hit that like button. Appreciate it in advance. We in it together. It's a 99% versus the 1. Shout out to the best chat on YouTube by far.
Like, could we go 1,000 and then stop? And then
No, I agree with what he's saying. We
Okay.
have not hit that stage.
we haven't.
Where and from stuff I've read, have either you read The Last President?
I have not. I plan to though.
I have the book if you want it. And it's got The Amazing Adventures of Baron von Trump.
See,
Oh,
yeah, okay.
Well, and then I don't want to get us.
Forget all that celebrity gossip. I have that book if you want it. Like, how many times have you heard that on a podcast? I mean, a few times if you're into topics like this, but
Down this rabbit hole, but his uncle was John Trump, and John Trump was the guy that took all of Tesla's actual Nikola
He had
Tesla's
the whole file.
tech, and some of the files are missing today. They still don't know what they are.
he said he found nothing. You didn't find nothing, and you was the first person at Tesla crib. Yeah, all right, you on bullshit. LJ Leslie, what's going on, family?
So Trump, I think, has had access to this advanced.
But we're
And
also
that's how he
talking
was-
about time travel when it comes to little Baron
Well,
Trump, right?
Well, I mean, it's if this guy wrote a book back in the 1800s,
Why is Barron Trump 7 feet tall, though? Like no exaggeration, like 6'11". Like what is he? Is he like genetically modified? Entertainment purposes only.
And talked about Barron Trump and his dog. And if you look at the pictures that they drew in there, the kid looks like Barron Trump.
And Einstein's theory of relativity has been proven to be true, which verifies that time travel is indeed possible.
Well, what was it? Was it the Philadelphia experiment?
Philadelphia experiment, yes.
Him and Tesla, Einstein and Tesla, were tasked with creating time travel. They took a ship, allegedly warped it to wherever, however that works.
Hey, do y'all think the Philadelphia experiment is real? Are y'all familiar with the Philadelphia? Y'all familiar with the Philadelphia experiment, or do we need to take that rabbit hole in a compilation video? I drop a non-mainstream news compilation and conspiracy theory compilation every day. Do we need to take the Philadelphia experiment rabbit hole?
And when it came back, there were some horrors involved with men being stuck inside the deck and all that.
Yes.
But allegedly, they accomplished the main goal of travel.
For sure. And the crazy thing about this is, this is how Trump was able to get Elon on board, because Elon was giving Trump $47 million a month for him to win.
Michael Knight. Okay, for sure. Okay. The Wi-Files broke it down. And they got some real compelling information on there. I'm not gonna lie. Money Shay Moolah. Okay. That's enough comments. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole on the Philadelphia experiment. Make sure y'all tune in to the compilation videos. It's gonna be titled that, so you're gonna know when it dropped for sure. It's coming in this next week. I got it. Don't trip.
Win the election.
Or we could do it on live one day.
And Elon knows that
I'm gonna do both. Freak it. I'm gonna do both.
Kamala would have became president, there was no going to Mars or to the moon.
Because I'm not sure. I think it happened, bro. Like, how do all these people remember that? Like, that shit is wild. Appreciate. Hey, shout out to y'all. You feel me? Like, we spreading this knowledge together. We gonna each take it further and keep, you feel me, reaching back and lifting each other up.
I think he would have been done.
He would have been done.
Yeah.
So he knows, in order for him to get his hands on this back engineered tech that's been passed off to Raytheon, Lockheed, the Republicans have to get the House so they can pass some of that government hidden tech to him.
Yeah.
So that's why he got the super grok, because he feels like the scientist.
Like, think about it though. Realistically, how did we get to this point? Think about being the first person to bring some of this shit up. Like, this is nothing new is under the sun. Nothing under the sun is new. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. There's nothing new under the sun.
Are too
Slow.
owned
And slow.
and slow.
Right.
Well said. So he feels like super grok is what's gonna create technology to
Super grok heavy.
super grok.
Is that the latest?
This is the latest.
Yes, yes. That's what's gonna take us to the moon and Mars.
But he also said to run the AI module the way he needs to take that to space.
I dissected the Artemis moon mission to the last two videos, so y'all could come to your own conclusion based off the information I displayed in my last two compilation videos. The Artemis moon mission that allegedly just happened.
Space.
That not a space station conducted.
So we can have infinite power.
I think that's a power.
Shout out to Queen CB. Most of my subscribers, actually, 58% was born in the 70s. So y'all, the majority, y'all held me accountable, you feel me? This information is lost if we don't pass it to each other.
10x
Correct,
of
yeah.
the
Of what we can
of
do
what
on
you
the
can produce
ground.
with solar.
Yeah.
Way more efficient than even fossil fuels, and then can potentially
Used to read the Omni magazine and I always heard about, what's that? What's the Omni magazine? I'm not familiar.
take that and send that power back to Earth if necessary, but he's going to need it to run AI.
And they wrote about the Philadelphia experiment. Well, they did come out on them in the media and shit.
Yeah. Speaking of AI, can I switch lanes on you guys real quick?
Please.
Quan, can you play the video of Ghislaine? The one we were talking about this and
Man, Chico, the NPCs are in the building. Not saying here, but just in the world.
this was alleged to be AI. Since we're talking AI, it's not AI. I've used AI to check AI. And in the video, you'll see Ghislaine. This is allegedly in Toronto. Or
It's in Canada.
Ontario. It's Ontario.
Email 1.
And this is her brother. You'll see.
We halfway there. We got 69 votes, but only 50 likes. Let's get to 100 likes real quick to get it out the way. Appreciate it in advance, family.
He starts to hide his face, doesn't he?
Well, he tries to. I pieced together some other video to make this show him.
How can you tell somebody's an NPC if they don't have an inner dialogue, if they don't hear a voice in their head, if they can't see, if they can't visualize things when they read, stuff like that. New sub here, brother Pete. Hey, shout out to you, M. Washington. Over appreciate you, family. Your opinion is always welcome, and your narrative, loved one. We on some high frequency time over here, just trying to improve. You know what I'm saying? Trying to just get this information. We've been lied to for a long time.
AI.
And we finally able to talk about a few things without getting shut down all the time.
And in the video, you'll see Ghislaine. This is allegedly in Toronto, or
it's in Canada.
But I don't know if you heard me though, bro. I drop a conspiracy theory compilation and non-mainstream news every day. So make sure y'all stay in tune with them too, because they won't notify you. You feel me? They're not gonna give you. It's not gonna be on your homepage, so you might have to find it. But it's one out every day for sure. Leslie, this is well, sit here and meditate for 30 minutes, bro. You on my podcast. Who's again? Oh, okay.
Ontario. It's
Ontario.
Email 1.
And this is her brother. You'll see
he starts to hide his face, doesn't
he? We're on the reaction channel and don't want no intellect.
Well, he tries to. I pieced together some other video to make this show him
I used
in a
to
family
order
pit.
hella pizza off of her.
Oh, really?
She always delivered, yeah.
That's the woman they had in custody. Doesn't jive.
If you don't have a birth certificate, it's not illegal to murder you. And they don't have.
That's the brother.
Wait, where does that law exist?
International law has rules against human cloning.
Okay.
Just for that reason.
Yeah. Well, I'll go one step further. The people who actually took the mRNA vaccine, there's an argument that this is, I'll take you all the way down the rabbit hole. By changing their DNA, they're no longer human.
Bingo.
This is actually a stance, a legal stance.
Well, you got to be careful when you say human. Human in the Black Law book means monster. It's Homo sapien.
Now, I don't know if it's been tested, but that was allegedly part of the
or man.
The mission behind that was to make you not human anymore by changing your DNA. I know that just went way too layers too deep for people.
Honestly,
but that's part of the conversation.
If you want a streamer that don't interact with us, not mafia, then enjoy yourself over there. But I tap in with my people.
Gotta keep pushing the envelope.
I say that's perfect for me because that is the reason I did not take the vaccine, because it was genetic altering.
Yeah.
I go live. It's in my banner, bro. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But really, it's damn near every day, bro. I really only take like Sunday off. I ain't gonna, because I'll be like, why not get on? But it'd be messing up the algorithm for my long form videos, so I'm trying to really lock in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I drop my video at no later than 3 p.m. Pacific Standard.
I am an XXY male. There is no studies that have been done on my genotype.
So you have a vagina?
I do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got a vagina.
Good. Whoa.
No, I got all boy parts, but I'm missing a cell in my testes where I can't have children. Right?
Cool. That's really cool. I'm glad I know that about
So you can shoot the club up all the time. You good.
I could, but I am married.
Derek
so
is married.
That shooting of the club has been
He's retired.
That has been retired for quite some time.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you,
man.
thank you. But the point being, there were no studies to say if you take this vaccine, what it would do to my already weird genealogy.
If you were following my page like you should have been, you would have been told that right out of the gate, because that's some of the, if you God may he rest in peace, Dr. Francis Boyle, who did he did the treaty between us and Russia for genetics. And he was one of the very first people who said, under no circumstances should you take that shot. And he said one of the reasons behind it was the very reason we're discussing. And that was like March of 2020.
Yeah, they say the shot killed more people than the virus.
It's millions and millions of people.
I saw a recent thing that was on regular news that said 76% of the people that came into a specific hospital on a specific day were tested, and those people died from the COVID shot, not from COVID.
I'm telling you, it's higher than that. The Kerry Mullis invented the PCR test, the tech for PCR test. He's dead now, but he went on record when they were using his test, and he said they're using my test incorrectly. He said they should be cycling it at 28, whatever that means. Instead, they're cycling it higher at 42 so they can get positive tests on people.
Wow.
So this was a lie right out of the gate. They misused the entire thing. And typically 9 to 10 years to create a vaccine.
This one had been around for a while. It just wasn't authorized.
Doesn't that bother you that there was a COVID vaccine sitting around?
Well, let me just say that the spike protein, quote unquote, vaccine, because it wasn't a vaccine, it was a shot, right? That you weren't inoculated with something that was dead cells that creates a vaccine. We all understand that now at this point. I just want to reiterate that.
But that was all Robert Malone's tech. Have you listened to the latest podcast on Joe Rogan with Robert Malone?
I have not seen that one. I'm a big Joe fan. I will. So the point oh, damn it, I lost my train of thought. The point that I was attempting to make there was that when the vaccine owners / suppliers were given carte blanche, and you said you cannot sue them for anything negative that comes from the vaccine, I was like, all right, I am out. There's a way I can get away from
that happened under Reagan in '86. That you couldn't hold any of them accountable. That's been going on a long time. When they issued the emergency use, that's when it got covered.
Right.
Under that '86.
Right. I was like, I'm out. I'll take my chances getting sick.
Yeah.
I support you with that, because it's kind of like, people get sick and almost die from the flu shot.
I stopped taking that too.
Yeah, I haven't taken the flu shot.
What were you taking?
Damn. I just go get sick. I told you. I had COVID 7 times.
Right. And that's the thing he says. He's like, I've had COVID 7 times. Isn't your wife vaccinated?
She is.
Yeah. Well, that's why you keep getting it. It's transmissible through sex. The spike protein is transmissible through sex.
Yeah, because the flu shot is a version of influenza. So, of course, the COVID shot is going to be a version of COVID.
But it's not.
But it creates the point. It actually, if you go read the research and you go read the papers, I have all the pages with all the side effects. And you can go look, and it does give you COVID.
It gives you COVID.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So let's table that for another time, because there's like 70 different strains of COVID. So which strain is it giving you?
Well, it's a
whatever
virus.
strain that you've had 7 times.
Viruses mutate often.
I've got A through G. Like, I'm good.
All right.
You got
I got alphabet COVID.
Just make sure
you're phenotypes.
Do your best, Bill Gates, and keep slipping her the nattokinase.
Yo, and that's crazy.
Is that what we call? Is that what we're calling that now?
He should get locked up, bro. Me and my homies have been on high speed chases over somebody smoking a blunt. He can secretly spike his wife.
Yeah.
What's Knight Rider? The motorcycle dude or with the skeleton? Is that what y'all talking about? And I never got the jab, so y'all gonna have to tell me about the experience. Yeah, I never got it.
No charges. I got videos. Like, man, why is he chasing us?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, but now
they can literally eat a child.
That's terrible. I shouldn't laugh.
And it's not nothing shaking.
Yeah. I know. That's money and power. You know that.
That's what kills me, because I was a big Bill Gates fan as a Microsoft user.
I just want to tell you, so far at this table, you're on the wrong side of everything.
I know.
Was a Bill Gates fan.
Dude, I was a fucking sheeple. Like, let's be real.
I forgive you.
I was the sheeple.
Fan Bow, it's been a minute. What's the deal? And if y'all don't know, Fauci also was in front of the Michael Johnson Eazy-E campaign, if you catch my drift. Fauci was responsible for the Eazy-E Michael Johnson campaign.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Magic
You and I
Johnson, not Michael Johnson. Magic Johnson.
were having these conversations. I'm having conversations with other smart people, and then I had conversations with you two.
No
Sorry.
doubt.
Thank
No
you.
doubt.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry to let
No, the cards. Oh, okay.
that joke
Yeah,
marinate.
yeah.
But
No, Knight Rider was about a car chip.
I'm awake. I'm not woke,
Welcome.
but I am awake and
Oh,
Not happy.
I was being slow right now. You talking about a whip? Okay. Didn't get the jab either.
happy, but not happy about it because
I mean, they was pushing people almost to the point where you wasn't gonna be able to support your family if you didn't get it. So I don't blame anybody who did end up. You know what I'm saying?
it's like once you start understanding this shit, it's like, okay, what piece of my
But I heard it had a kit, not chip. Okay, yeah, the kit got you, like the that edition. And I've heard that it has nano plastics or bots, entertainment purposes only. Somebody just did a blood test and looked at it with a microscope.
already crazy busy life where I don't have time to do anything else, am I going to take away so I can focus on researching and understanding all of these things because it's so
It's a hard
eye-opening
balance.
important. It's a necessity. Like I'm working
Yeah.
and I have the podcasts on in the back, other podcasts that give me information up listening in the background the entire time while I'm working a 10-hour day where I have to be focused on like reading shit. So it's tough and something has to give. I don't think America or the rest of the world is ready to do all of these things because they like football, they like basketball, they like baseball.
Hey, no, that's good, MK. I was reading the comments backwards, Mike, so that was on me.
Well, it's all these great distractions.
There's also another
I had to cuss the police came to my house. What they come to the crib for, RV?
position, okay, for
I
people.
never got the jab. I never caught CV. I never got it either. I ain't gonna lie. But I haven't been cough sick in probably over 10 years for sure. I don't know what happened.
Who got vaccinated, and I've got a group of friends that are that way. They're liberal guys. They're good.
I don't care job doing. You stood tall. See what I'm saying, Hustler? You see what I'm saying? That puts you in a predicament right there. Like, that's a real tough spot to be in. That's not right, bro. That's not right.
Good guys. We get together, we go eat, and we hang out, and we talk.
Like, if I didn't have the capability of an entrepreneurship that I did, I would have been forced to do it. But I knew I could, drop my nuts.
Talk.
For lack of better communication.
But a lot of them got vaccinated, and they don't want to fucking talk about that.
Right.
They just don't.
Facts.
That they want to listen. It's my bad decision, and I'm just gonna put my head in the sand and.
Oh, because I don't like saying older. I hate saying that. Okay. Because you was born then, they was trying to force you to get it? That's wild. How you gonna make me get what? I'm a grown up.
And hope for the best. I don't do that shit.
Me neither,
That's not
bro.
how I operate.
See, my family had got it a couple times. All of them. Everybody except me.
We know we have to plan for the worst,
But have you
and
told them about
expect the best.
have you told them about the mitochondria? What the hell is it called?
Mitochondria?
No, the spike protein remover.
Oh, that's what I said. Nattokinase.
Nattokinase. Have you told your liberal buddies about
I
that?
do.
And will it work for them?
I would hope that it would. I mean, I don't know if they have. There's something that would block it for them specifically.
Well, I didn't know if it was like
I tell everyone, but I don't preach to them. When we go out and eat and we're friends and we're hanging out, I'm not going to sit there and preach to you. You guys know my position.
just slip it in their drink like Bill Gates.
I'm not doing that.
Yo,
I'm not doing
to
that.
catch a case, man. He's trying to get bro locked
For
up.
sure. For sure.
I get to be the funny on the show.
Hey, for sure.
Because I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, so I got to make a joke.
Hey, I respect it.
Some of them. It's funny because we're in a group format. They don't want to talk like that.
Yeah.
But I'll get messages privately,
Of course.
in my DMs. That's how the show got the name, right? I mean, in the DMs is where all the business takes place.
For sure.
So in those DMs, we get the hey.
That was a shady time. Hope everybody family made it through and is on the other side prosperous. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what do I
That's why communities like this is important. So we prepared.
check out?
We can share information and the truth.
A message today from a guy.
I got it 4 times ever since the shot. I hate that because once you get it, you can't take it back.
He's not part.
Sick until I got the swab in the nose. That was a worry of mine also. It's the same cast of characters from the 8. Correct, Queen. You on point. You on point.
That group, but he's like, hey, what can my girlfriend take? She's having problems with fertility. I said, I don't know if it helps specifically with fertility, but if you want to fight the spike protein, there's at least 2 or 3 options. Just a nicotine patch.
Hard time.
Yeah, they using that to treat dementia.
Yeah, nicotine also helps with autism.
What is the name of the blue stuff you said you were taking?
The rap. Hey, it's James. What's going on, loved one? What's going on, family? Big dog. I'm wrapping up my night over here. You know what I'm saying? Got about probably 15 minutes left. Maybe a good dub. Tapping in with the Glow Mafia. We're sharing a lot of good knowledge tonight. Hope everything is prosperous on your end.
Methylene blue.
Methylene blue.
Methylene blue. Whew.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yes, sir.
Is that like a blue chew?
It's not. It comes in yo.
They do pill and liquid. Yeah,
it comes in drop.
Yeah,
blue chew. I mean, with your XXY setup, you feel me? You know, it might need it. You know.
Not only are you firing blanks, but you're just not firing.
You know, it might help you fire, man. Right. You feel me?
Cannonballs, but they're not letting.
Hold on.
They're not letting.
All right, you guys want to talk a little? What else you want to talk about?
Well, I want to make sure we touch on Life Touch because we promote this for some of our people, and I believe it's important for us that we spill.
We do. It is important. Spill the beans.
That we spill the knowledge that Matt has amassed and some of the research we've been doing. So
do you want to do a little background on Life Touch?
Yeah. So I'll hit that real quick. So Life Touch is the photo organization. I should not mention the other company that has been doing most of the photos for yearbook, for school pictures, for my son at his we call preschool, so it goes down as far as like 2-year-old, 3-year-olds.
Let's go.
And Leon Black, who is mentioned in the Epstein Files pretty heavily.
We have there's an allegation, a case of him raping a 7 or 8-year-old girl.
Yes,
and
graping.
Yeah, I said graping. That's exactly what I said. It's my favorite fruit. If you can open up that email, Quan, and show that.
What is graping?
So you can't say
the other version.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I forget sometimes. I'm misbehaved.
So
definitely heard about the muscle issues and the sort of soreness. I say it's terrible.
See, I need those rules. You haven't told me. I probably screwed that up a lot on the show, haven't I? Okay.
Yeah, it affects.
I'd say.
Yeah, everybody is not made for this ride for sure, James. But the ones who do want to go, we going.
It affects in the algorithm.
Okay, can we say suicided?
No. Probably not. Just do unalived.
Unalived.
You said it already.
Self-unalived.
Self-termination.
Self-termination is cold.
Yeah.
We like self-termination.
No, there's an email. There's an email in that first thing, and it should be under that Leon Black stuff. Well, you know what? Just play the video. Let's just do that.
Okay.
Roll that top video for Leon Black.
Producers, this plugin helps you finish your tracks way faster. Check this out. I'm going to start with this.
Everybody take this brief pause to double tap that screen, hit that like button for me. Sound like a broken record, but it's a more important thing to think. We going through this thing called life together. All these divisive things that they got out here for us. We stronger together 99% versus the 1.
So to continue this part of the conversation, so Leon Black.
Files on X, schools across the U.S. canceled Picture Day due to Leon Black's Epstein file involvement. pretty sad when local schools are more aware and doing more than our own government. Honestly, so pathetic, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Black through Leon Black,
who's around your
Apollo
kids.
Global Management owns LifeTouch, the company that dominates school photography in America. Of all the businesses someone with Epstein ties could own, a company with direct access to children's photos is probably the most alarming.
Addresses.
You might want to think about the fact that Google is providing all of the laptops for all of your public schools. You might want to think about the fact that there are gigantic contracts with Amazon and Google and all these others to both provide electronics.
Google was just caught taking screenshots of people's locations and sending them a database and making a database of where everybody was traveling to through the iPhones. Look that up.
To your children, it ain't just about picture day, folks. Public statement from Ken Murphy, LifeTouch Group CEO, on recent rumors around student privacy. They say this: at LifeTouch, student safety goes beyond the camera lens. As a trusted partner of schools for 90 years, we're committed to protecting the privacy and personal information of every student we serve. When LifeTouch photographers take your students' pictures, that image is safeguarded for families and schools only, with no exceptions. LifeTouch does not and has never provided images to any third party.
Except for Shutterfly.
I've used Shutterfly.
And so Apollo, which is Leon Black's company, acquired, sorry. So Shutterfly acquired LifeTouch. Apollo acquired Shutterfly.
Yeah.
Now, Shutterfly is one of the largest sharing platforms of pictures in the world.
Been around quite a while.
So as they're saying, we don't use any third-party software. I guess once you are now owned by them, it's first-party software.
Right. It's a nuance. I mean, it's
them photos could have been used to train AI. It could have, it gets deep.
Wordplay.
So
all of this is disturbing. The fact that these people have this interest in these nefarious things is just unconceivable. Like,
allegation is that by taking your child to a LifeTouch photo session, they're getting name, image, address of the child. And
I'm not even gonna just say Black, James. It's so many little people going disappeared at the fastest rate it has ever been. It's $1 billion industry, and the U.S. is the #1 spender. This shit is gross.
And giving these PDFs a catalog to choose from to go and collect the asset.
Yeah.
Or in this case, your child.
And see if it's, I mean, if they're doing, I mean, assuming they're doing homework, right?
Yeah.
Like intel work, right? So they're reconning these kids. Maybe some of those kids are more easily accessible than others, and maybe that's some of the information that they're.
For sure, Mike. For sure, Mike. You know, I dropped that compilation of conspiracy theories, but not just the truth theories. It's the non-mainstream media news and what they not gonna show you, because I'm not trying to push a narrative. It's things that should be on the mainstream, blasted on the media, that is not being shown, and I'm making sure I bring it to us every day. Not missing no day. That's Monday through Sunday.
They're finding out.
Right. So that's the news, the latest information worldwide on weather, anything.
Right.
Schumann frequency.
So the question is,
and y'all can also tag me on any social at Cash Global. If you got a reel, you see a TikTok or something you think I should put in a compilation, or I should see, you feel me, or take a deep dive into, or just I should check out, tag me, Cash Global TV.
Should I, as a parent today, allow my child to have their picture taken by this group for their yearbooks?
Several states have opted out.
And this is the part that I want to drill in on. There are multiple states. I think the last count, it was 13, that have said we're no longer using this service for our purposes. But the federal government has not stepped up to say anything about it. So you got pseudo government in school districts, sometimes government, that are taking those steps, but the federal.
Like I tell the global mafia, these niches and talking about topics like this, they not gonna put it on your homepage all the time. So If it don't show up on your homepage, you might have to search my channel. But no, it's a new video every day for sure.
Federal government is not. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Cannibalism is legal in 49 states.
What?
Yes, this is facts. All of this is connected. And there's no way human beings pulled it off alone.
Beef jerky.
Well, I mean, cannibalism
is
in
legal.
49 states. What is the state that it is not legal in? Please.
I think it's
Hawaii? No, because they actually.
Well, you know it's not here.
Right.
Let me see.
Wow.
What's the one?
Are you sure it's not
state?
cannabis that's legal in 49 states? That's supposed to be on a docket somewhere soon.
Well, I think oral sex was illegal here in Nevada. It might actually still be.
I'm going to prison.
Oh, bro. Life sentence for me.
The only place where it's illegal is Idaho.
God bless them.
Every place else, cannibalism is legal.
The only state where every time you say it, there's a response.
There is no broad federal law banning cannibalism.
That is crazy.
You know,
they probably didn't think they had to.
Well, I was just gonna say,
no, man.
He's
you're making-
right,
yeah.
but the fact that we have to do that says something's fucked up.
Yeah,
bro. When I was in Africa, this was going on a lot, bro. In Papua New Guinea, when the first white
Yeah, it get deep. Queen. I was in the GATE program. I thought it was for because niggas was smart. But yeah, little did we know.
settlers came there, they killed them and ate them, and they said they tasted like pigs.
Well, that's their. I'll tell you what. In the military, we call long pig. I'm not fucking around. That's what they call it, long pig.
Really?
Yeah.
What's long pig?
But it's not a coincidence. So like, you gotta look into this cannibalism shit, bro.
No, I agree with you that it's not a coincidence. It's just also on the other side, you don't need to make laws for things that weren't a problem, right? There is a law in the books in Maryland that you cannot ride your elephant down Main Street.
They found a way. AI.
Street at noon, right?
You don't know if it's a problem, Derek. Don't make assumptions. Maybe it was.
It's not on the books in Nevada, is the point, right?
For sure.
Or Idaho.
For sure. Shout out Idaho.
Yes, yeah. God bless Idaho.
Yeah, see.
Think I'll be retiring there so I don't get eaten.
You feel me?
And
Like,
clearly,
damn.
we have the most
Yeah, they was looking for something.
notorious cannibal in Nevada, California, and Dahmer.
Well, no, I think it's Jeffrey Epstein, and then because he was actually
Well,
Zorro
up to this
Ranch.
point.
There was a CD-ROM that showed Zorro Ranch, Vegas, and Aspen. So he spent some significant time here. I'd like to know where and what was on the menu.
I got the dude David Galertner's number, direct number.
When are we calling him?
I'm finna give it to y'all right now.
Give it to Matt. My phone is
Yeah,
not
the
able
Derek
to be
is going to
used.
send that to me.
By the way, shout out to the listener who shot us a note and said, "Hey guys, take some time and shoot that Jeffrey Epstein number a text,"
which I did.
So Matt actually went Google voiced and tracked the number and tracked it to Florida.
Yes, I did. What's the? Can you
I
open
was
that
just-
first email and find that?
I was just finna say that it's dangerous, period. When the creator gets a Nobel Peace Prize and spend his whole his whole acceptance speech saying why it needs to be abolished, we need to pay attention. We should be paying attention to that. He created it.
All the way down towards the bottom. I took a screenshot of where I tracked it.
Yeah, I still
in
have it on my
Florida.
phone, but you want to share
that
it
was
with
on the 20th. So the reason that's relevant to me is no, I cannot say that the phone is with Jeffrey, but I can say that there's pictures of Jeffrey right now, and those pictures are not AI. And I can say that that phone is active.
There it is.
And that is where I tracked it to was Stuart, Florida.
Well, I mean, it's gonna get real tricky, right? Because they're making this disassociation from real life engagement real, right? Kicked off in 2020. Now the younger generation is all socially strange, and now they want AI and robots in schools and all involvement. There's too much. There's too much integration. This hybrid shit. They can push their agenda too easy. Yeah, it's not good.
And so I pulled Stewart up on the map and started looking at it. It's a nice place.
Yeah, so the gentleman who did send me the information and told me to text it said that it's a Starlink number. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of
The TV series Person of Interest. What network is that on? Because I don't watch TV at all. Television, don't partake. Even though you should partake in everything.
Starlink is
I know what Starlink is. I don't know what a Starlink number is. That's the first
He said Google. Yeah, when you and I were having a discussion, we were calling it a Google number.
Okay.
But Starlink is coming with a phone service.
But this number is from 05.
Yes, it can't be Starlink.
It don't take away from your ability to create, but it makes the lazy demon in you come out for sure.
It's not.
And if you are if you learned having this, it can be incredible. It can be a slippery slope. A slippery slope.
Maybe it transferred to Starlink after he.
So here's the deal: you don't transfer CIA assets, phone numbers to anyone.
That's true.
And he's a
That'd be
Mossad
bad.
CIA.
Right. That'd be bad.
And you heard the message.
Oh, speaking of which, the Republican congressperson that I was telling you about that was on Piers also said that the reason why Epstein hasn't been prosecuted, or the files haven't been prosecuted the way that they needed to, because he was likely an asset of multiple agencies.
He's not likely. He is. He's Mossad and CIA.
The man
and
said,
MI6. There's no question.
He said he represented the Rothschild.
That's MI6.
That's like the ultimate smoking gun.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the Trilateral Commission.
He sat in for David on the and he was a member at the Trilateral Commission when he was 30 years old, very young. He was being groomed for that position, so that when the Rothschilds left, that he would be able to handle. That's why he was put in charge of so many fucking things. Trilateral. You want to give a little background, or you want me to do it?
If you got hit, even if you were not driving, you need to try this.
Because if you were in a car accident in the last year, you could be owed a large cash payment and not even know it. Even if you weren't driving, all you have to do is click the link in this video, answer 5 simple questions about your accident, and see if you have a case that could be worth money, like this, or even.
So basically, the Trilateral Commission is all of the international bankers, basically.
Okay.
And these are the people, like they say, like the 13 families who control pretty much all the resources on the planet, which is awfully strange because they got like the 13 colonies.
Yeah, so 12 and 13 are the two numbers that always seem to pop up in religious texts and non-religious texts, we'll just say.
And then, numerology plays a role. This is why I became kind of critical of religion, because numerology would be considered witchcraft.
Interesting.
And it's like everything that can help you is banned.
Sure.
So, once I realized Jesus never seen the New Testament, I was like, okay, I know what this shit is now. Okay, I could be a follower of Christ, but I'm not going to be a follower of each one of these new pastors who shows up.
Right.
And then, you start looking at certain patterns, because the same day that El Chapo was taken, same day El Mencho gets killed. Different years, same exact day.
Did you?
I did not pick up on that.
It's fact.
Did you see what El Chapo's wife was wearing when she came to the court?
Hey, Mike, I wasn't even saying it no, Queen, I wasn't even saying it like that. You feel me? Like, you can't partake in TV. It's just that I'm doing content 16 hours out the day. I got 3 channels, so that was going live for 3 hours. Yeah, I don't need to be watching no TV.
Chapo's wife.
But I'm sure I'm missing a lot. I don't partake in sports like that no more, but I will want to catch a game once in a while. But I haven't in a minute.
She was kicking it with some of the homies a little while ago.
She had a Star David on.
Yeah, but when I saw that,
you on point, Mike. But I can't speak on them topics. That's how I get age restricted and shadow banned. But everybody double tap that screen, hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes before we get up out of here, though. This was a solid night for the Global Mafia. appreciate all the ideologies and narratives. Let's get to 100 likes, folks, in the next 10 minutes.
That's, but I grew up in a insane gangster disciple family. You feel me? The GDs, the insane GDs. And, our symbol is the same thing, 6-point star.
Interesting.
And part of, gang initiation.
And they have warlocks and warlords and
or if you were to violate, you have to stand in a circle and someone has to light a match and you have to fight in that circle of 6 until that match extinguishes.
I wish I had a match.
Wow.
It's just all of this ritualistic.
Well, damn, Derek.
We didn't have the courtesy of the match when I got jumped in.
Oh, you're saying now? I thought you were talking about right now. I'm like,
no. When I got jumped in, there was no match. It was like until either you gave up or they got
match seems kind of quick, right? Gotta work fast.
Right.
Right. So,
So how'd you do?
Oh, I got blessed in. Because
I did not. That was not one of the originals.
Yeah. So like you either can go on a mission or you can fight. And, fighting me at that time was gonna be an uphill battle for the couple guys that they had right there. They kind of voted against that. It's like, man, hold on. How old is y'all? So they ain't ready for him. And I took the other route.
Excellent.
Nah, you good. You can talk. Y'all can talk about it, but I just can't talk about it. The only thing they don't like y'all to type is that Izzy, the middle places in the middle of the East.
Got to watch all of these rituals that everybody's doing.
Yeah,
because they make stuff seem like, it's make believe when they worshiping it.
Yeah, it takes you away from God. Puts you closer to evil.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. We should probably drill down a little bit on what's happening with the cartels and what it means for Americans in Mexico and travel right now, because that's a really big deal for, but a lot of our favorite vacation spots. There's, intersections with cars on fire right now so they can do the blockades.
And narco blockades.
Yeah. And, this happened because it's the CJNG guys. You see when that...
Too much knowledge on this Black Mirror we got. This fallen Angel Tech. Just kidding, YouTube.
Airport in Austin got shut down last week, about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
They was flying drones, military style drones over that airport. You can't do shit like that. You labeled as a terrorist organization now.
You can't do that.
Well, that's where they shut down the airspace for 10 days and they went all the way up. It was 18,000 feet, which tells you it's not high altitude. So it's definitely drones.
Definitely drones.
18,000 feet is not high altitude?
No.
For a drone?
For planes?
Oh, so for a drone.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's specific to drones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once I seen that, I was like, well, it's about to happen. Because, once they labeled them as terrorist organizations.
See, but I think, I'm not going to lie, entertainment purposes only, what I'm saying is a fairy tale. I think the US of A had an involvement on both sides of that because it's not in the best interest of the cartel to terrorize the citizens. That's not good for business. They would have been doing that. So I think America got something to do with that.
Yeah.
And they made fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction.
What's the name of the he on Alienated and Off the Grid. Off the Grid network is his. What is this one called? MIDMs. But this is on the You're Welcome network. This is Off the Grid. This Off the Grid is CC. Big Homie CC2 or Off the Grid?
Nephilim bodies that they went and tried to recover in the Middle East?
Clinton in the foyer.
Are you talking about mine?
Was definitely asking for the location of Gilgamesh's burial chamber.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a hot item.
And this is the most I ever heard Delta and Special Forces ever get mentioned in my life.
Well, Delta did El Mencho.
For sure. So yeah, for sure. You can't look, man. Those cartels know the terrain. They have the same weapons as any army would have. And some of them is trained by Israeli commanders who training them.
Yeah.
Do we want to show that video that you have of the cartel guys
in their Temu fucking gear?
Some of that gear did look hilarious.
Well, some of the gear on them, but you're right. These guys have access to some pretty hardcore shit.
Play with if you want to. They taking lives. Like, this is not a joking matter. They are out there terrorizing everyday individuals.
They got fucking Pegasus.
You don't have to worry about that. Like, people be talking a lot of shit about America, but you won't never have to worry about this in America. Never.
He's loaded. Nobody in there is older than probably 19, 20.
No, they're all talking shit. All these dudes will get fucking smoked by Delta.
What?
Did you try to translate that? I tried to translate it. It was like motherfucker.
Yeah, it was a lot of motherfuckers.
And you know, they prayed to their narco deities.
Okay.
They pray to these narco deities.
That's just serious.
Dark forces that they pray to help them. You know, I know a lot about them cartels, man. Like, a lot of them worship Satan too. And like,
that's surprising based on the culture of Mexico.
Man,
the rosary beads, they be having them blessed. They be having it get deep.
Yeah, but you're looking at the culture of Mexico, which I believe you're correct. It's a Catholic Christian culture, but these guys are not those guys.
I'm riding the sheep right now.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's all just starting to turn up and uncover.
I've watched videos of these guys. I real quick. I watched 2 cartel guys take down another cartel guy, cut both of his arms and legs off while he was alive, and then beat him with his arm while he was laid there bleeding out.
You don't have to worry about that a day in your life in America unless you was a black man in the 20s. That is diabolical. It's red rooms and shit that be going on in other countries. Entertainment purposes only. Like, people be talking, that's why when people get in the comments talking shit about America, like they want to move. Yeah, I don't agree.
That is not.
And I've traveled.
Not going to be part of Christianity.
I've seen that movie.
I know a lot about them too. I've worked hand in hand with them. Their intelligence, like their version of the 3-letter agencies, Santo Muerte, for sure. Yo entiendo español todo y tú, you feel me? Yo hablando español y tú. But yeah, shout out to the Latin Kings. I ain't gonna. Their intelligence, like they are next level.
Monty Python Quest for the Holy Grail.
No, this was
that's a great movie.
Yeah,
that's a great movie.
This was the real deal.
Come
bro.
back here. I'll bite you.
It was
Because I was a kid, like my dad had Monty.
Man, it's news articles on my affiliation, so I don't even like mixing these two worlds together. So that's members only content. If you get a membership, like it's members only lives, where I go into my personal life. You feel me?
Because people
like I bring news articles, I got videos, like my whole life has been documented. The whole life.
was trying to kill him, and his bodyguards would make me and my brother like watch those cartel videos.
Oh shit!
You think they're red? Yeah, they be in other countries. They the Philippines, mainly the Philippines.
So that's kind of what like
that's what my research has led to.
Kid home.
Oh man, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Is that guy mentioned in the Epstein Files?
What are you talking about?
Oh, see, my
gotta show you wild shit at 9 years old, man. That's crazy.
They go hard, bro. I don't know who goes harder, the Muslims that catch you slipping, or probably the cartel. I think the cartel is
the
more
cartel
brutal.
will let their dogs eat your genitals off.
Yeah, they're
and then
rough.
advertise it because they want to scare the hell out of everybody else.
They hang bodies off bridges.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff your genitals in your mouth.
It was like, hey, entertainment purposes only. It was like, yo, peoples owe us some bread and show us a video, and it was like, show somebody a video, and it was like, shit, you could pay us what he owe, or you feel me? We gonna do what we gonna do. We spared them. We shouldn't have though, because it ended up not paying off in the end. He ended up being a long tail rat.
I mean, they're
but that's a different frequency, a different vibration I was on.
They're rugged.
Long time ago.
I know it's Delta dudes watching that shit right now. Like, yo, we gonna pay back for this.
Yeah, they can't fuck with those guys.
Not at all. Hell
Delta
no.
took out El Mencho, and it was.
If I could talk about what?
It was supposed to be coordinated through the Mexican military, but because they want to take credit for it, because they want to look internally like they're handling their own business.
Sure,
but that's not who took that guy out.
What is the current status of Venezuela with their former president? And
allegedly, she's playing ball, and she's doing what they ask her to do, and I think they learned through failed efforts in the past about a regime change and how it collapses things, that they kept the one intact, but they're holding their feet to the fire.
I think Maduro just finally got his out.
I think he's loving life right now.
Absolutely. It's like, all right, we are pulling you out.
Pressure's off.
Thank you for your service. Here's your mansion in whatever remote place you're gonna have.
I don't know if he's gonna get that, but based on the fact that we know that Jeffrey Epstein's out walking around, we just looked at Elaine out walking around.
Epstein is
Hold on. You made your own corrido, or somebody made one about you?
Yo,
yeah.
I'm a black man from Houston. Okay. I know Houston, MLK. What's Houston? What?
Maybe he does. Maybe he gets.
I done been to Houston one time before. I was treated very, very well, for sure.
It's sweet.
It's very large out there. Everything seems like big. Pause.
Hard deal, and maybe he gave him a lot of intel. You got to remember a lot
of space.
This is going to be
someone made it for you, for sure.
About Smartmatic and the voting systems down there too.
Exactly. We got an election coming.
Yeah.
So the latest thing that's all over news today is Democratic cities are 70% in favor of voter ID.
So I ain't gonna lie, I was on some bougie shit when I was out there. You feel me? So I ain't even go to the get in tune with the people unless let's separate left the strip club or something.
It's always been that way. But you need, what is it, 3 IDs to shovel snow?
Well, JW, I'm sure you done heard Cuba is next on America's tour right now. So they planning to make a stop in Cuba. What you think about that?
in New York
City,
in New York City, you got to have an ID. This I wish I was making this.
I've never been. I don't. What is their infrastructure? Their ideology? What is it? Capitalist or what?
What's up? No, show up with your IDs, and then you can shovel snow. No ID, and you can vote.
In New York,
that's dumb.
I was at the airport and I walked in the men's bathroom, and they were giving out free tampons.
In the men's bathroom. Wow. Fourth biggest city for sure. I'm from the Bay, so it's not. And I be in LA, so I'm familiar with big cities. But like y'all, like built it big and spacious. Like every building is like big.
And the
communist. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Oh, Cuba. Yeah, but we got our own infrastructure problems, bro. Like, we don't have the resources over here. We're $36 trillion in debt. We pay $1 trillion a year interest on that debt. We just asked for $200 billion to fund this war, WAR. If you see what spending cuts is made and what funding cuts they made, I think it was in my last video. It's in one of my last 2 videos. The list of what cuts have been made is wild. It's unfortunate. The world is about to, America gonna change.
Men's washroom. And the ladies had to pay.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
And once we opened our border, we are the only country that opened our borders. Come one, come all. Like that was, and we're paying for it now.
For New York. I don't know how to.
And it takes a certain individual with a certain intellect to understand what I'm saying, even though I am a colored man of color, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know how they got the Muslim mayor. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
For countries that trust in China, don't even trust China. China doesn't even trust China. China is lying about how many people they have. They only have probably 4 or 500 million. They saying they got 1.2 billion. Like China on bullshit, but they are advanced at the same time. It's strange.
Look, it's a lot of
Well,
weird.
but you know why? He's giving away all kinds of free shit.
He isn't giving away anything.
But if China, we had this conversation a lot in this community though, because people like if China was the world superpower, like how would this be different?
Supposed to.
He just raised taxes.
Yeah, he
on
just
I think it would be good.
raised
Right.
property
So
taxes.
it's 9.5%.
Excuse me, 64% of the teachers voted for him. And now all of them are going to pay higher property taxes.
Clown shit, bro.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Oh my god.
That's the shit that makes me mad when they move here and they start voting that way.
Yeah.
If you're going to vote like that, stay in your shithole.
Yeah, that's why you have the Don't California Might Have
Yeah, just stay the fuck over there.
Stay in your shit.
Or come here and vote, right?
Yeah. We should have immigration laws in Nevada where you have to spend 5 years assimilating and pass a test before you can become a Nevada
I'll tell you what, if they fucking do that, I'll stand out there.
Oh no, only yeah.
The mandatory.
I fucking need to see your papers, comrade.
Comrade, for sure.
Well, CC man, thank you for coming in today,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
I
It's
really
my-
appreciate.
Man, that was Intellectual Street Thoughts episode 138. We got in some entertainment. We got in some esoteric knowledge. I got some new Mafia members. Shout out to my OG Mafia members that hit that attendance box every night. Appreciate it. Without y'all, I'll just be sitting here talking to a camera, sounding brazy. Y'all go check out my conspiracy theory and mainstream media news compilation I just dropped before I got on live. I got the Artemis mission breakdown. Did we really go to the moon? Did we go hit the loop-de-loop this time? I got everything, break it down. I'm dropping one tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for sure. Make sure you hit that hype button, like it. Let me know you was there. Put OG Mafia member. Appreciate each and every one of y'all opinions and ideology. We all matter. We all important. And remember, we in this thing called life together and we stronger together. All money and good money. Slow motion better than no motion. I am Cash with a capital K. Don't forget the $ for the S. I do this 5 times a week. And y'all go run on my videos. It's been a pleasure. Over. Appreciate y'all. Stay smart, stay dangerous. Safes get broken into.
That ain't good enough for me. Had you all night long trapping for weeks. Baby mama handling my business all through these. Can't take no for answer because
And I will be on tomorrow, same time, same place, same space for episode 139. But make sure you go check out that compilation video. I'm about to drop the link in the comments.
I'm a king. Used to reward myself every month by grabbing a piece. I'm backing in the park at the lake, finding my peace. You getting used to being broke, I'm getting used to eating. Phone doing numbers like Curry do at the 3-point. Set you some goals to go achieve them. Believe it or not, best idea is yours. You gotta believe. Ain't shit for freaking off your ass, take a swing. Don't feel comfortable eating shit in the morning if I ain't make no cheese. If I run into my old math teacher, I might do him a G. And at the end of the night, pouring good cup counting cheese. And every day I leave the house, pockets on E. Run it up, stuff it away, and keep repeating. Work like a dog, so enjoy myself over the weekend. Nigga, we eating. I said, nigga, we eating. Just mash all my thoughts together and start to believe it. Oh shit, yeah, we eating. Thank the Lord, we fighting, we eating. Just mash all my thoughts together, start to believe it. Just put 2 and 2 together, make 6. Boy, I can't believe it.
That's the link right there. Copy and paste it. Conspiracy theory compilation, non-mainstream media news. Stay tapped in. Hit that hype button for me. Help me get my algorithm. Shout out to the best chat on YouTube. Appreciate all y'all. Shout out Hustle. Shout out MK, Mike. Shout out JW. Shout out my mods. Shout out any and everybody that tapped in tonight, and we can agree to disagree and still be cool. Queen, shout out to you for sure. Dead homies, anybody that sent the Cash App, appreciate it. Y'all keep this channel going, and the members, y'all keep this channel going. Keep me able to drop this non-biased content.
Ay, did it again and again when them pussies say I couldn't. Hall of Fame, why you little niggas rookie? Damn right, I took an oath to get this motherfucking money, even if it's on the floor, nigga. Now run it up. Ay, now run it up. Get it on a mission, nigga. Ay, run it up. Fucking right, I'm on a mission, nigga. Ay, run it up. Ay, I'm on a mission, nigga. Both phones slapping, steady switching up the low. Broke nigga in the way, steady speaking to a hoe. I done been up 7 days, cause there's money on the floor. I can teach your ass some plays if you really wanna know. Get high with a thug, baby, take a load off. See that nigga steady calling, baby, turn your phone off. Take 2 to 10 in a week, you know that's in my road. I can make a levy break, nigga, from a phone call. No, I'm plugged in this bitch like a motherfucking wall. 13 with the gritty, shoving work my drugs, ain't no motherfucking half. Damn right, I want it all. This my motherfucking life. Hustle stacks so we can ball on that G shit. Back when Webby had them 16s, I was tugging on a mini, trapping in the diesel jeans. Cross the line and I get to seeing evil things. Put a nickel on his head, then I didn't see a thing. Did it again and again when them pussies say I couldn't. Hall of Fame, why you little niggas rookie? I be cutting over cookies. Damn right, I took an oath to get this motherfucking money, even if it's on the floor, nigga. Now run it up. Damn right, I'm on a mission. Hey, now run it up. Get it on a mission, nigga. Hey, run it up. Fucking right, I'm on a mission, nigga. Hey, run it up. Hey, I'm on a mission, nigga.
Over appreciate the Global Mafia. The best chat on YouTube by far. I am your humble host, Cash, capital K, $ for the S. This was episode 168. Y'all go hit that link to my conspiracy theory compilation. Get tuned in to the latest non-mainstream media. And y'all tap in tomorrow to get this knowledge. One person will never know everything, but as a collective, we're going to figure it all out. Shout out to the Mafia.